Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Through her channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close, teaching paths to abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia lights the way to a new and brighter day.
All right, so try. Welcome. Come in the room. Check in, everybody. I'm so excited. We have almost 500 people waiting right now. Hit the like button, family. This is an exciting time. 500 people waiting. Make sure you hit the like button as you enter the room. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence and your energy. This is an exciting time to be alive. I see Florida's in the house. So many of you were waiting. Oh my gosh. People are saying they couldn't wait for this show to get started. Peace and love. We're going to bring on the camera in 1 minute. Just happy to see everybody checking in on this beautiful Sunday. It is Sunday, March 29th. 2026, and the time right now is 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maryland's in the house, Arkansas is in the house. Oh my God, New York, so many people. Hello, greetings. Grand Rising, Lake Milton, Ohio's in the house. Yes, Clarksville. Clarksville. My son has a home in Clarksville. They're waiting for the Sheik. Respect or respect to you, soul family. Yes, get your notes, your notepads, your pens, your questions. Okay. Somebody said, get this show on the road. Welcome, Sister Janine. Sister Janine is our moderator. She says, hit them up, family. Please hit them up. I see Tallahassee's in the house. Grand Rising, Nona. Grand Rising, Supreme. The Sheik's in the house. The Sheik is in Egypt. Yep. So y'all give him a minute, okay? That's right. Sheik Jacob Bey actually lives in Tennessee, which is Egypt. Oh, wait till he talks to us. Yes. Somebody just said that. You just took the words out of my mouth, Supreme. He told us Tennessee is Egypt and that Memphis is the capital. I can't wait for him to mention why President Trump was speaking from Memphis the other day. Virginia's in the house. Appreciate love, Sister Nona. Oh my gosh. One love family. Franklin, Virginia's in the house. Greetings, Soul Tribe. Get the likes up, family. We got 569 people in the house checking in from all over the world. Jerusalem, USA. Notice USA is in the middle of Jerusalem. Great evening to you. Good afternoon. All right. So a lot is going on, family. Let me get on this camera. I want to see your beautiful faces. Welcome. It's so good to see everybody. Wow, there's so much to discuss. But before we get on with the show, let me tell you that I got this beautiful gift, and I showed you all this the other day. I thought I'd wear it again today. I got this from Orisha Stone. He's going to come on the show on April the 1st, which is the real new year, at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why 7? Well, it is the number of completion. On April the 1st to talk about healing through stones and precious metals. This gentleman created this art piece for Dr. Kia Pruitt with a goddess here on the front to represent goddess Dr. Kia Pruitt. Isn't that awesome? Nefertari, or is it Nefertari? It is made of 24 karat gold. I'll show you the back. I hope you can see this. I know my lighting might not be the best. I'll put a picture up for you all to see. 24 karat gold and real copper. It has a goddess here in the middle of the pyramid. The stones are healing stones. It is made of turquoise, citrine, copper, and gold. Yes, 0.999 pure. Isn't that beautiful? So he makes these pieces, and he's going to make some for the Soul Tribe. Okay, this is his business. So we will welcome him. Isn't it beautiful? Somebody is saying yes. We will welcome him on the show again on April the 1st. So make sure you go to the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show on YouTube, and I'll show you the link here. He will be on, can you see that? Healing through, I need to get that hand on here, but it's healing through precious metals. I was making this really quickly. Healing through stones and precious metals with Orisha Stone. That would be on April the 1st. Yes, 7 o'clock. So I'll put the link in the description section. We're going to correct those spelling errors. You know, I was trying to rush so I can show you all that. So I had to put up some type of announcement. And I had just come in today with my grandchildren. We did some running around. I had to buy some makeup and some stuff for the grandchildren and some jewelry to compliment with what Brother Orisha got me. And what else did we do? We just went around taking care of business. And as we came home, it was getting close to 4 o'clock. And my granddaughter said, here's where the rushing begins. So my granddaughter applied my makeup for me. My grandson made sure everything was tidied around me. And this is a part of our legacy, teaching the Soul Tribe about family, wealth, and legacy. So I'm pouring into the grandchildren and have them to help me, and I'm paying them for their service so that they can learn that they work for the family business and they're paid from the family bank. This is what we talk about over here: family, wealth, and legacy. We're leaving something behind for the children and the grandchildren and our posterity. Well, when we bring on Orisha Stone later on the 1st, he's going to talk about that and how stones and precious metals can also be something that you leave for your posterity. So we look forward to that coming up on the 1st, and we're going to bring on some other people as we are entering into the new golden age. Hit the like button, family. We have 706 people in the chat. Thank you so much. Somebody said, we see you. I do have several pictures of my jewelry, and I'm going to put it up for the Soul Tribe to see a little later on. This is, I don't know if you can see, this is me with the jewelry on. You see the statues of Egyptian gods in the back. Let's see, what else do we have here? Here's me showing it up close. Look how fabulous that is. You talk about being gifted. Orisha Stone will be here. This is me with the jewelry on again on April the 1st. Abundant Rising Chicago. It's good to see you. Me showing it up close. We're just excited about all the gifts that you all offer to the Soul Tribe. Speaking of America being Egypt, we want to make sure that the world knows that we know who we are, right? We know exactly who we are. Most people know where they're from, but it was just that a lot of the copper-colored indigenous peoples here in the Americas, since they were told they were from Africa, they felt no connection to the land here. Or if they felt the connection to the land here, they questioned it. 24 karat gold, along with the stones that are citrine and turquoise. Beautiful. Hello, Sean Hickey. It's good to see you. So we are going to welcome Orisha Stone on April the 1st on the real new year, 2026. And he's going to talk about healing through stones and precious metals. Okay. We're going to need that healing, right? And we need to wear the jewelry in order to make sure we attract proper energies and raise our vibrations, because this is the era of Corona. That's what they call it in 2020. They were letting us know, and the elites were speaking to each other, that this is a whole new generation, a whole new era, a whole new time period where the crown chakra will be activated. Corona means crown, as in gold, as in Christos consciousness is having an awakening and an awareness. The people, the human beings, so-called human beings on earth, are having an awareness that they came from source, that they are creator gods. So they are now becoming awakened to their godship, their queenship, their kingship, their regalty, right? And they will be able to manifest whatever it is they desire. The interesting thing is they've been sending codes to each other for a very long time. It's just that many of us didn't understand or overstand the messages of the so-called elites or elites, the beings that control the planet. But we know that there are certain people that are gifted at decoding these type of messages that they send to each other through entertainment, programs, paradigms, through the media, mainstream media, the educational systems, and all of that. There are only certain people that actually have been studied in this area, or they're just gifted with understanding, overstanding what's been going on. So what has been going on? Well, I made an announcement last night to show you that there was proof that the United States Incorporated is insolvent. In fact, the United States Treasury Department announced that the U.S. government is insolvent, meaning the U.S. government can no longer pay their bills. What's interesting is that report actually came out September the 30th, 2025, around the time of the global shutdown, but nobody knew about it. The report came out, and it was just last week that we actually discovered that, and I reported it last night. And some of the papers and the media announcement says, oh, the media missed this one. United States government is insolvent. So the government is insolvent. What else is going on? You have reports out of Europe saying there's a major energy crisis there and energy related shutdowns. We've also reported on our platform, especially last night, bridges are closing, bridges and roads going in and out of Canada here in America. Gas prices are exploding. So much is going on due to allegedly the war going on between Israel and Iran, that it could affect all of us all across the globe. What are we to expect? Is this energy crisis related to the United States government being insolvent and no longer being able to pay their bills? Is this why President Trump did some type of press release in Memphis, which is, according to us, in Tennessee? But if you really know, you know that Tennessee is actually Egypt here in America. You look at the ancient biblical maps, the ancient maps show that Egypt is right here in America. Why did President Trump give that speech from Memphis? Why is all this talk about possible shutdowns and possible closings of bridges all across the Americas and in and out of Canada. Why did the European government, tell the people to stop driving as much as possible, commute as little as possible, and try to work at least 3 days at home? Why are they asking people to ride bikes and walk? Is this indicative of what's going to happen in America? I don't know, but we know somebody who knows how to break down these coded messages, knows how to relay what's going on across the world and how that translates here. As a matter of fact, did you know in Australia, the gas prices are as high as $15 per ounce? If the gas prices are that high, it has something to do with the war, surely. And if the oil and energy crisis are as bad as it seems, that can affect the food, fertilizers for fertilizing the food. It can affect the ports. It can affect so many things, transportation. Speaking of ports, did you all know that Homeland Security was sent to help TSA at the airports? Ports equal water. Watch the water. So we see airports having emergencies where there are lines all across the airports from inside all the way stretching a mile or so, according to reports. But Homeland Security was sent to help TSA. So the airports are affected. The water ports have been affected because of the partial government shutdown. That's air, that's water, and land. How is the land being affected? Well, farmers are going to be affected if we can't get fertilizer, or the fertilizers are too high because of the oil crisis. So you're talking about, and national security and National Guard have been deployed all across the Americas. Meanwhile, there are no King's rallies going on. Interesting how people are saying they have a problem with President Trump's economy and they have a problem with immigration policies, but they didn't mention they have a problem with the missing of our children. They haven't mentioned the Epstein files. Where is the outrage when it comes to the children? Where is the outrage when it comes to who's been messing with our babies? Where are our babies? No King's protesters. You say in your reports that you're against Trump's and the Trump administration's policies as it relates to no abortions. You want to bring abortions back. You're okay with unaliving babies in the womb, but you haven't asked, where are our babies? The Epstein et al., Epstein, Ghislaine, presidents, prelates, entertainers et al. Have been involved in. Why haven't you put together that maybe the reason that national security has been sent to the airports is to stop the people trying to run away because they've been implicated in Epstein files? I don't know. I'm just an everyday person trying to report what I see. But I know a person that's an expert, a person that studied this, a person that understands and overstands numerology and gematria. He has been involved in producing high-level people in entertainment industry, although he would not take the bait to join their secret societies, but he knows. And he's writing a really beautiful book that he's talked to you all about. Family, in order to help us make sense of all this that's going on, please, with almost 1,000 people in the chat, enter in, hit that like button, and help me welcome none other than my great friend from the capital of Egypt, or America, North America, from Tennessee, none other than our Sheik, Jacob Bey, the Sheik of the Soul Tribe. Welcome, Sheik.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, darling, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
You're looking amazing. You're welcome. Every time I see you, you look younger and younger. What are you doing?
If it's white, it ain't right.
So you haven't been eating sugar, salt, flour, anything
Right.
That's white.
Yeah.
And you look beautiful. You look amazing. Very handsome. Very handsome.
You're gorgeous.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. Sheik, the
started.
people. Go ahead.
No, we're just getting started right, and I'm good.
We have almost 1,000 people in the chat. They want to make sense of all this that's going on, Sheik, and you're the only person I could think of who can make sense of it all. So welcome.
Hey, Well,
What's going on? Where should we start? The people are saying hi. They're welcoming you. They're excited to see you, Sheik. Oh
great.
my gosh.
And first, let me say to everybody who showed me some love via Cash App, thank you so much. Because I'm not actually on, social media like that. I'm not able to
Mhm.
respond to everybody, but I do respond, by a thumbs up or a little heart. If y'all show me a little love on Cash App, I do that. And I respond to all my emails. So I appreciate everybody showing me the love and support.
And we will drop your Cash App in the description section as well as in the comment section for anybody that wants to, continue to support you. His Cash App is $ all rights reserved. Also, if you want to get on the mailing list for his book, please send him an email at dejurelaw33@gmail.com. DEJURELAW33@gmail.com. So we're going to just jump in because a lot's going on. Like I said, I'm just reporting that the United States Treasury Department announced that the United States government is insolvent. Now, there have been rumors about that for a long time. We knew Janet Yellen said under Biden's administration, we've reached the debt ceiling. We got to take extraordinary measures, but there was no report out that we could find to support our claim that the United States government is insolvent. It came out actually September the 30th during a shutdown. I just discovered it. And it's public now, but we just discovered this last week, so I reported it last night. Meanwhile, you got all this other stuff we discussed going on, Sheik. You tell us in your words what we need to know, because the elite, they're not going to come straight out and tell us.
Well, we're looking at something biblical. And it's happened one time in the world's existence.
Okay.
That's when we're having the transition of power, and God's chosen people will be inheriting the earth. The meek shall inherit the earth. The descendants of Abraham are the heirs to the world, etc. Right?
Okay. Yes.
What you have coming up is the Passover. The Passover begins on April the 1st. And what have I always told everybody? 41 means king. And that's why they had the No Kings rally, because they can't be king no more.
Ooh. Okay.
Right?
I missed that one.
Right. They can't be king. And they said, do away with the white sheets. They said that.
They said, do away with the white sheets.
They said that. And you know what that normally means?
The KKK.
KKK. Right.
Right.
And I ain't never seen no group of people singing "We Shall Overcome" that were all Caucasian. Boy, that had me rolling on the floor.
They sang "We Shall Overcome someday." That one?
Yeah, some of them were off key. not you, but yeah, some of them were.
You know, I'm not a singer.
Right. Yeah.
What was the purpose of that, in your educated opinion?
They know. They know the time is now, that everything is changing, and this is about to get deeper than everybody can think.
Okay.
And I mean, when I say we're right up on it, I mean that like within 3 days, boom, it's here. That's why they're doing this.
Well, you said Passover is coming up, and spring is April 1st, Easter.
Yeah.
4/1, April 1st is 4/1, right? 41. Okay. And you said 41. Go ahead.
You remember I said one king must fall for another to rise. You remember that?
We did a whole show on that.
That's right. And they must fall for us to rise. That's all this is. So when they talk about the whole thing with Iran and everybody thinking that's a real war, that ain't nothing but, no different than the moon landing. That ain't real. But Iran, IRAN, y'all know me with the numerology.
Okay.
That equals 42. I is 9, R is 18. So 9 and 18 is what? 27. A is 1. That's 29. What is that? 27, 28. 28. N is 14. 28 and 14 is 42. And I always said white supremacy is 14 times 3. 14 times 3 is 42. Right?
Okay. Okay.
So the whole war is really about the downfall of white supremacy.
Mm.
They're just making it up, because you remember what I told you, and I guess your theme for the show is fill her up, right?
Mm-hmm.
In your last show, I started telling you you're going to start seeing this in the gas prices. You remember that?
You did.
And
You
sure
did.
enough, it put the whole thing in the gas prices.
Mm.
And when you get a chance, you can pull that up. But yeah, I'll break all that down.
Okay, so what are you ready for me to bring up?
Oh yeah, because I'll just keep rolling. You know me.
Somebody wants you to know that King Charles would be here next week.
That makes sense.
Mm.
Everything has to be, look, the crown has to be restored back to the original ones who are the keeper of the crown. So if King Charles is here, what is he called? I said everything in threes. King Charles, what? Third.
Oh, so
like the No Kings Day, that was the third one.
Sure was.
It also said that God's covenant is to restore our people back to Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the 50 states plus Washington, D.C. So this is the third year of that school that was called the Covenant, and they had a shooting at that school.
Oh my God.
And it's the third, and I'm telling you, yesterday or day before yesterday was the 3rd year anniversary, meaning that God's covenant is to restore you.
How are we supposed to put all this together? Well, I guess that's what. Say it again. What'd you say?
We're about to put this thing together tonight.
Okay. Let me go on and bring this up. I don't know how they expected us to know this, but that's why we have you here on the show as the Sheik of the Soul Tribe. When they're doing all these coded messages, was it, you know what? I get it. They, from their perspective, it's like I told them it's their fault that they can't decode.
And it's called what kind of code? Morse code.
Wow.
Which was
and the Moors.
And it was created in the year 41.
And where? When was it created?
41. Yeah.
You went out.
The year 1840.
You went out. You said 1841. Okay. Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Oh, what is this here?
What you got?
Can you see that? Oh, what's going on? This was the water, but wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Tripoli, USS Tripoli arrived from the Middle East. Wait, did it come up? There it is.
You remember that?
I can't hear you, Sheik.
Can you hear me now?
I couldn't hear you. Say it again. We couldn't hear. Yes.
Okay. Read the headline for them again.
Okay. USS Tripoli arrives in the Middle East.
Okay.
Happening now. And over here says war with Iran.
Right.
I-17. I can't. Go ahead, please.
You ready? Go ahead.
Let's go.
The war with white supremacy, and the Moors are taking over. The Treaty of Tripoli.
What is the Treaty of Tripoli?
That's the treaty with the Moors. United States and
the treaty between United States Incorporated and the Moors.
Yeah.
That's why the report just came out that the United States is insolvent.
Come on, girl. You're putting it
in real time.
In real time.
Okay. Come on through here. And they've been telling us, watch the water. Here we go.
Right.
Shando. I'm about to start speaking in tongues. Glory. Hallelujah.
So this happened today.
Really?
Yes. I'm telling you, everything in threes, 3 days before what? April the 1st. 41. The Treaty of Tripoli. We got to come back and take over everything. The land, the water.
Do you know, I told the Soul Tribe during the Alabama brawl that occurred a couple years ago, that was all about the Moors taking back over.
You're correct.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. It was in Alabama. Go ahead.
Land.
Say it again.
They were mooring back to the land.
They said it just as blatantly as you and I are talking right now.
Yes, they did.
They had the guy that owned the ship that was at the dock. His name was Shipman.
That's right.
I was like, then he threw up the hat. That was the smoke sick. It was a brother that threw up the hat, and then the Moors started mooring to shore.
Mooring to shore.
And then they had a brawl at the dock of the
dock.
water,
right,
between people classified as white and people classified as black. But I told everybody, don't get all caught up in this. This is a stage show. Don't y'all get all caught up in racism and all that stuff. It's just a coded message.
Yes.
Go ahead, Sheik. I'm sorry. Let me shut my mouth. I'm excited.
It's wonderful. And notice the flag for Iran.
You know what? I'm ready to end the show. You know what? Why is this flag red and green?
Why is it red and green?
Oops. Hold on. Now, which colors? Now, let me move this thing out the way. I would have issues. Why are the colors red and green important here?
They just need you to know. I mean, they can't tell you. They just, they got to show it to you in signs and symbols. But if you know your history, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know your history, you can put the dots together. You can connect this whole thing.
Because those are the colors of the Moors. Yes, red and green.
Yeah. Christ was the Moor. Christmas. What are the colors for Christmas?
Red and green.
Come on.
And if you drop off the J because the J didn't exist and you put an I in there, it'd be ISIS. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you could do that. But what did they say with the three kings and what they brought Jesus? Frankincense, gold, and what?
Myrrh.
Is that really more?
Frankincense, gold, and myrrh.
More. Because you can spell more, M-O-O-R, M-U-U-R, myrrh.
We need to go get us some myrrh, family. Go get you some myrrh with some frankincense and some gold.
Right.
This is deep. Okay, now that's the water, the Tripoli, the treaty.
Right, everything in threes. Why do you think they call it Tripoli? Help
us. Triple because triple is 3 means
triple is 3.
And here and 10. Is there any significance to 17 here?
Well, that's quantum. That's Q.
That's Q. Okay.
That's Q. Quantum financial system.
And it was interesting. Speaking of finances, the other day, the United States Treasury Department announced that the United States Department of Education is transferring 1.7 trillion student loan debts to the Department of Treasury. So the Department of Education is transferring $1.7 trillion of student loan debt to the Treasury. I was like, 1.7, that's 17.
Right.
All of these codes is something.
What did they say? Trillion? And that 3?
Yes, it is.
Come on.
Well, you pick it up. You pick up stuff just as soon as it's mentioned, your mind just works that quickly. This is beautiful. It was 54 degrees. 4 plus 4 is 9. I'm just doing a little extra.
54 means, that means the end of something. Because, like you just said, 5 plus 4. 9. That means the end of one thing and the beginning of something new.
And it was exactly, you captured this at 6:22. This is when it happened, huh?
Yeah.
6 plus 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10.
Reverend, God's promise, God's word.
That's what 10 represents?
Yeah.
Reverend Dr. Latanya Taylor was on here the other day. She also said that 10 was very significant. And she said, it was a high vibrational number. It's the 1 and the 0. The 1 represents the masculine, the 0 represents the feminine. They're working together synergistically during this time period. I was like, wow.
Yeah, but also Roman numeral X, and X is Egypt.
That's why they say X marked the spot?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I'm getting an education here, Sheik. Thank you.
Why you think they call it the X-Men?
Why?
Because our people were the X-Men, meaning that we were the ones who all had certain powers. We could teleport. We had extraordinary strength. We could run real fast and all this stuff. That we were the X-Men.
Wow.
And Professor X was Martin Luther King because he wanted to always be peace and get along with the oppressor, right? But Magneto was Malcolm X. He was like, the hell with that. We need space. That's all that was.
Somebody said there are over 60 variations of the word myrrh or more.
It's so many different variations. They're correct.
Can you explain to us when you say 14 represents white supremacy? We know 41 represents kings, meaning the people that are the real people of this time. But what do you mean by white supremacy? And this is the end of that era.
Well, first, let me tell you how I even got to that conclusion.
Okay.
Really, because if people just now hearing me talk about this stuff, I want you to understand that it kind of came to me when I was reading the Bible. I was reading Genesis 1:26, and it said, God said, let us make mankind in our image. Well, first of all, it says mankind. I'm like, well, what does that mean?
Right.
And what does image mean? It means that you're kind of like a man, but you don't have the soul of a man. You don't have that essence of a man. You're just a reflection of the man, right?
Okay.
So if our people are kings, right?
Yes.
And you hold up a 41 in the mirror, what is it going to reflect back to?
14.
There you go. And that's how I figured it out. So when you look at the headquarters of the KKK, they're located in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Okay.
It's right off of exit 14.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
And they have 14 words in their KKK slogan. I forgot what those 14 words were, but it's something about never let, keep the white race pure or something like that. But it's 14 words.
Okay.
I believe you could probably pull that up.
What's that? What you want me to pull up?
The 14-word slogan of the KKK.
It blew my mind when you, and as well as heard Chief Rod Hayes say this, and I may have even heard Chief Mack say this, but you said this many times, that there's a hidden hand behind the KKK, and it just blew my mind.
A hidden what?
Hidden hand, that there's a hidden power behind the KKK. We only see the white sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Rod Hayes, also Chief Rod Hayes talks about that. And he says that there are some pictures that when they show the hand color of the behind the sheets, that some of those colors were actually dark skin.
Yeah. That's where the whole term "dirty Moor" comes from.
So there is so you talk about the white supremacy. Can you? I'm gonna bring up the 14 words, and then can you tell us maybe when you show us the 14 words, what is that? What does that mean? White supremacy.
It's more of an ideology, just like how when you had colonization here, they basically just took this land and they had their heaven on earth, and they did everything they could do. Oh, you got it up, huh? They did everything they could do to keep our people from rising, because they had to first lie to us about where we came from because they gave us the whole little slave trade story, which was a lie. And I need to bring that up. Okay. But that was a lie because we're already here. And as long as we're believing that we came from a whole nother land, we ain't never going to try to claim this land. Right?
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
And you know how they say 1 out of every 4 black men are incarcerated? Mm-hmm. Mm. And that 1-4 ain't that 14?
That's 14.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And every time you have to pay your taxes, you have to fill out a 1040. Ain't that 14? Take the zeros out.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then they become, you can get your driver's permit at the age of 14. All this is a way that they can control you. I mean, shit, think about it. They got you working 9 to 5. Well, 9 plus 5 is 14.
Right. Yes.
So all of it is an ideology where we have to control those. That's why they're talking about changing the work week.
Oh, they sure are.
Because we can't control the indigenous from 9 to 5. That 14 thing is over with. You get it?
Yes.
That's why your president and your vice president are Donald John, DJ. D is 4, J is 10, that's 14. And then you got JD. J is 10, G is 4, that's 14. That's why the last 2, it got to be reversed.
I see.
Everything got to be reversed.
Can I read this? Should I read this?
Oh, please, go for it.
14 words, 14W. The 14 words is to reference the racist phrase coined by the American neo-Nazi David Lane. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children, which consists of a total of 14 words. The numbers 14 are often displayed as a shorthand for the phrase, which is widely used in white supremacist and neo-Nazi circles. The numerical code 1488 combines the 14 words with 88, which stands for Hail Hitler, as H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. Lane was a member of the white supremacist terrorist group, The Order, and he died in federal prison in 2007. I'll put that in the chat and description section. What's interesting is like in this era that we're in now, like the young people, maybe Generation X, my Generation X, our parents were involved in the civil rights movement. But my children and my grandchildren, they don't want to hear about white supremacy. They don't care about all this racism and all this. They don't even like that type of rhetoric. It's interesting.
Well, people are just so, they're kind of like, this is the world that we live in. So let's just deal with it.
Yeah.
And we'll be in our place and they'll be in their place kind of. But that's not where we at right now.
Okay.
Because now it's time for our people to have their heaven on earth. Their land of milk and honey. Their promised land. The streets paved with gold.
Absolutely.
Their time is over. But it's not over in the sense of, in a negative sense. It's just over as y'all don't run this no more. You all are no longer the gatekeepers. It's now the land that has to be given back to those people that it was taken from. Everything has to be restored. And for those of you who be talking about reparations, y'all better get that word out of your head. You better start talking about restoration and not reparations. Because if you got reparations, then I'm going to tell you something. As soon as you get that money, you're going to spend it right back with them, and then they're going to keep on running things. They can't say, well, we did give you your money back, but y'all just spend it with us and bought Cadillacs and stuff.
You said you wanted to mention, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you want everything that's on the land, in the land, all the resources. That's why they talking about doing away with the grocery taxes. That's why they talking about doing away with the property taxes. Because, God made you had the birthright. So if that's your birthright, everything on it and in it belongs to you. So the animals, the fruits, the vegetables, right? That's why they can't tax you on that. and you're the American, you can't be taxed on your own land. That's why they're talking about getting rid of the property tax. That's why they're talking about getting away with the IRS. That stuff has to go.
Wow.
And the tariffs are what people have to now pay into you. Before, we had to pay things out to that crown. That crown was the crown of England, right?
Yes.
Everyone else around the world now has to pay into you.
So that's
how our families are going to be getting anywhere between $20,000 and $50,000 a month, because the rest of the world got to pay a tribute to you.
Wow. Okay, speaking of the rest of the world paying tribute to us, you said earlier you wanted to mention about how we were disinherited from our land and how they told us that we were from another part and we were from Africa. Why is it important for us to know that about that story is not true?
It's important to know because now what's happening in the world? Those of us who are waking up realizing that, wait a minute, that story was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I always said that was a lie because think about it logically. Okay, first of all, the Atlantic Ocean is the most treacherous ocean on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So the coldest of all the oceans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if those people were butt naked, damn near, just had on loincloth on a wooden boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here they are defecating on each other. They got on these metal chains and everything. You know that these things are freezing cold. So they would die from sickness and they would die from hypothermia. It would be a bad investment for anybody to be saying, oh, let's get these people from there when you can already get the ones that were already here, right?
Yes.
So, and you have to have enough supplies. So by the time you get over to the Americas, how many of those slaves are going to be healthy enough for you to even sell?
Right.
Because, I mean, hey, Big Mutombo, he over there pissing on me and boo-booing on me. Oh, well, little Simba just died. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense.
Good point.
Right?
Yes.
And they said 15 million of us came from over in Africa. That meant that you had to have at least, I would say at a minimum, 150,000 slave ships. A minimum.
Right.
So if you have 150,000 slave ships, one of them should have made the journey. One of them. You can't find one slave ship. But
not at all.
Only for Mayflower.
Okay.
Right? But then they'll show you a piece of wood, say, oh, this came from the slave ship called Jesus. It's a lie. And I even told people on your last show about the whole Pocahontas story, what really happened, and broke that down because they had to kill the chief of the Powhatan tribe, which was her father. And once they got her pregnant and had the baby, then they were able to come back over, kill the chief. Once they killed the chief, then the baby had the birthright to that land. So the baby's name was Thomas Rolfe.
Okay.
That's where you get the phrase Uncle Tom from, right? So that land that you call the 13 colonies belonged to the Powhatan tribe. Some people say, well, they're Algonquians on some of that too. But for the most part, it was the Powhatan tribe. Okay. Now, then they colonized because they killed the chief. Now the baby has the birthright. And that's how they were able to start coming in here. And they let you know it's a whole white supremacist ideology because think about the 13 colonies, really 14 states.
Okay.
Think about what highway runs up and down those states. I-95. 9 + 5 is what?
14.
So they let you know as soon as you coming into this country, you coming into a white supremacist ideology.
So the people here, the indigenous tribes here, when you say that they were enslaved, were they really were they shackled in chains and chattel property like we see in the movie Roots?
They had the whole buck system going on, and you know about the bucking thing, where
Okay.
they forced the men to watch their women get raped,
Yes, yes,
or
yes, yes.
they raped the men in front of their wives.
Okay.
You know, stuff like that.
Mm, mm,
That stuff happened.
mm. And so what it sounds like we really were prisoners of war.
That's why you have the POW flags over at the bank, post offices.
Really?
Every post office, but those things are coming down. I guarantee you. When the past
Mm.
is done, those flags are coming down.
There are prisoner of wars flags?
Black, yeah, they're black
What?
at every post office. People see them all the time. Probably just ignore them.
Wow. Okay, let me. Oh, I had no idea.
You can pull it up. You just say prisoner of war flag at the post office. You'll see
I
it.
just okay. This is what I saw at Google. Y'all help me, fam. Y'all Google it as well. As of September, November 7, 2019, United States Post Office are required to display the POW MIA flag on all days that the United States flag is flown, per the National Prisoner of War MIA Flag Act. The black and white flag, featuring a white disc with a silhouette of a man, watchtower, and barbed wire, must be displayed on a secure, visible pole. What? Excuse me. Now I'm looking. Oh, I just went to the images.
That's it.
Wow. What in the world? Here it is right here.
That's
You are
it.
not forgotten. It says POW MIA. You are not forgotten right here. What?
Now, think about POW. And didn't I tell you with the whole Pocahontas thing, the name of the tribe was called the what? Power.
Called the what?
Powhatan.
Powhatan.
POW.
Oh my God.
Because that tribe was the first prisoners of war.
Oh.
The POW.
Mm. Mm.
Ain't that deep?
That's very deep. And you said the other day that you said something they called meetings powwows.
Powwow.
Powwow because of that tribe.
Yeah.
This is deep.
You remember how Trump always talked about Elizabeth Warren calling her Pocahontas?
Yes, yes.
That was on purpose because he's really telling you, look into this story.
What?
Look what they did to y'all's people.
Mm.
You know, Trump talks in codes.
Yes, he does. Somebody said that one time we were talking about how Trump talks in code. They're like, why don't he just tell the so-called black people that they're the indigenous Moors? That makes him guilty. He won't just come straight out and say it. And I'm thinking the people in power don't have to heed to what you think they should do. They're gonna speak the way they speak.
Right. And also because the United States is a dead entity, the dead can't talk. So they have to give it to you in signs and symbols.
Okay. I see. Never knew about that flag. I never knew about that flag. Who was this? Brother Tony Hood said, I've seen that flag at the post office. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Chloe says President Trump called Letitia James Peekaboo, the same song that Kendrick Lamar, I guess, sings. Peekaboo. Oh, wow. All right. I'm you got me really stomped about that flag. It's like right in your face. They're telling you so much with that flag.
Right. So, and remember, I told you that the post office is the highest court.
Yes, you did.
And that's why they have on the currency all these presidents, but on the $100 bill, they got the Postmaster General on there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the highest court, Benjamin Franklin.
Okay. Yes.
And they said that he was the one who discovered what? Electricity.
Mm-hmm.
He was flying a kite. It's all coded though. I break that down too. He was flying a kite and it had a key attached to it.
Okay.
K-E-Y. K is 11, E is 5, that's 16.
Mm-hmm.
And Y is 25. 16 and 25 is what? 41.
41. Mm.
And
Mm.
then you know that the Moors or the kings are the ones with the true power. The power is the electricity. The
Ah.
electricity that you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes. Mm.
That's why they're talking about the power grid now and the power being a power outage, right?
Right?
Because when the power goes out, they're transitioning the power.
Mm.
It's signs and symbols.
Mm. From 14 to 41, from the whole white supremacy ideology with only certain people having access to the wealth back to the people.
Correct. Correct.
So let me get back to how indigenous peoples, the original Americans, are the copper colored races discovered by Europeans. You said that they lied to us and told us that we came from Africa, but the whole African slave ship story doesn't resonate. How did our classification change from being indigenous to all the way up to African American? Like what is there something that was put in place to make that happen?
You remember, okay, now what I said is they have to establish what's called a white supremacist ideology.
Okay.
Everything was surrounded by the number 14. So
Okay.
14, N is the 14th letter in the alphabet, right?
Okay.
So instead of calling you the letter before it, which is M, as in more, as in man, as in master, they called you Negro, nigger, and Negroid. Everything had to be in threes.
Wow. Wow.
That's part of their ideology. So the nigger thing came first. Then it escalated from being nigger to colored.
Okay.
From colored to being whatever, black, African.
Negro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All that. So all that to keep our people, because out of all the people, we're the only ones that have to be reclassified every 20 to 30 years. And we fall for that crap.
True. And then I heard the story that Walter Plecker was a part of the Census Bureau, and that the Census Bureau they were also key in helping to change our classification from, indigenous all the way up to those things you talked about to African American, which is very interesting because as I was growing up, I was taught not to let the Census Bureau in our houses. A lot of people wouldn't do that. They didn't trust it. Now I see why.
A lot of stuff we shouldn't have trusted. And I hate to say it that, even going forward, we may still be trusting. And that trust may get us back into a jam if we're not careful. That's why, y'all, my book is so important, because when you read the book, you at least know how we got to this point and what to do to avoid it. And then once you start seeing that everything was really a ritual,
okay.
you understand how to avoid these rituals, or at least recognize them when you see them.
Oh, listen to this. Sister Christina says that the chief of the Montauk tribe was named Pharaoh. And we see case Pharaoh versus U.S. Oh, see cases Pharaoh. Oh, there's a case. You said we need to see that. Pharaoh versus the United States. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. So our classification was changed, but in the meantime, you had all these Hollywood movies come up, always talking about slavery.
Yeah, but you have movies that talked about slavery, and you had the movies, the Western movies too, which was talking about taking them land deeds. You remember now, everyone was always trying to head over to that bank, right? They didn't care so much about the money. They cared about them deeds inside that vault.
Oh. Okay. Mm, mm. So then we came to find out. I grew up at the time when the movie's Roots was very popular, the whole documentary.
Mm.
And at my mama's house, I wasn't allowed to watch it. At grandma's house, when I saw auntie and uncle watching it, I was sneaking in the background seeing it. And what I saw was, stories about us coming from Africa, and Kunta Kinte and Kizzy were popular characters that were allegedly Alex Haley's uh, ancestors. And then
Gotcha.
all these people classified as black started naming their kids Kunta and Kizzy. Then you had
Gotcha.
Chicken George. So I was like, oh, so my parents never told me that we came from slavery. I was always thought I was Cherokee. So I'm confused. And then when I go to school, they're talking about slavery, slave ship, slavery. You were beaten by massa, the plantation. And they made me hate plantations, hate land. I didn't want to live on land because I thought these were my ancestral memories that we got beaten on land. And then as I became an adult, I learned that the Alex Haley documentary Roots was based on a lie.
That story was told in reverse.
Come on.
What's his
Okay.
name? What's his name?
Alex Haley.
H.
H.
Reversal.
You
And
said
they
H means reversal.
right. And your roots. That movie or series came out in the year 77. What's 7 plus 7?
14. You gotta be kidding me.
Now, but your roots, your real roots, weren't from Africa. They said Alex Haley was from where?
I
And
don't know. Where was he from?
he ended up residing in Tennessee. Now he may not be
Oh.
born there, but he ended up living out in Tennessee. Letting you know that your
Mm.
roots are from Egypt.
Come on.
This Egypt, not that Egypt.
This Egypt here in America. And as the Soul Tribe is saying here, he was in fact sued. That's true. He was sued by a Caucasian man named Harold Corlander, who actually wrote a book called The African.
Wait. And I was going to go there next because I said,
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
in H and the C, it means a reversal. What's his name?
Harold Corlander.
Come on, there you go.
Wow.
Just
Harold Corlander, Hillary Clinton. I mean, every
Yeah.
time it's
It's all the trip, ain't it?
it is a trip.
Barack Obama being from Hawaii, but he does his politics in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's all.
I see you family asking for his book information. They're like, we need this book right away. So many people have mentioned that. We are now looking for a publisher. I think that's where we left off with Sheik's book. Is that right?
That's with you. I have everything kind of lined up. I've been waiting on certain funds to come through. So
Okay.
process started. And I told everybody who's emailed me that's what's going on. So they're not thinking that I said, I am not taking nobody's money when I don't have anything ready to give back, because I don't want to do, I hate to say that name, but I don't want to do Umar Johnson on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Money, then they expect something, don't get nothing back. I will say I'll start doing the pre-orders when I know that this thing is in the process of being manufactured or being printed.
Okay.
Take all the pre-orders then, and then get that thing right out to you.
So you can email him at dejourlaw33@gmail.com, and he will make sure all those that have emailed him gets information about the book. Some of those of us who desire to send him donations in order to support his work, though, even though the book isn't ready, can send a Cash App or a gift or donation, a love offering to his Cash App at $all rights reserved. He doesn't ask for that. It's just something I like to do for all of our guests to show our gratitude. Because, I grew up, Sheik Bay, at a time where we had speakers on the speaker circuit. And I was a public speaker. I really am a public speaker, motivational speaker. And when you bring speakers on to your podcast or in front of the crowd, they usually are gifted. Either you pay to bring them to your audience, or you give them what's called an honorarium, which is like a gift, a love offering. So since I came from that paradigm, and I am a public speaker, and I have spoken on lecture circuits all across the globe, I know that this is hard work. So
Right.
this is why when I bring people on, I offer some type of donation.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you, Soul Tribe, for all that you have done too to support the people that come on our show to share their gifts and their knowledge and information. Okay, where do we go from here, Sheik?
Pick up another picture if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, my grandchildren are like, we can't sleep. I told them to take a nap. You still have to lie down and rest. Thank you. Still got to take a rest. Doesn't matter if you can't sleep. They want to be up playing and, enjoying the day all day, but I'm teaching them that you have to have rest, and that when they get older, they're gonna desire rest. They're gonna want to take naps. Okay, let's see. What's the next picture? My internet's taking a while to bring up these images. Thank you, Soul Tribe, for all the comments in the chat. Thank you so much for the gifts and the love offerings. I'm going to come up right now and bring the next picture that Sheik Jacob Bay sent me. I love this color blue. I've been seeing a lot of blue lately. I guess that represents the water. Here you go, Sheik. What you got for us?
What you got?
Can you see that?
Oh,
this is the Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's when Trump went
kind
to
of thing behind.
Okay.
Okay.
If you don't mind, try to get more of the bottom of that image.
Okay. D-May, talk to me. D-May.
You don't see
Spanish.
You don't see anything under that.
You see that? This here?
Yeah.
I see President Trump leads Memphis. That?
At the bottom.
President Trump leads. Oh, is there something at the bottom of this? Let me see.
Yeah. It should be.
No.
It's
okay,
not.
let me go back to. I see something kind of breaking news, something.
No,
let me see if I could
capture that. No, you don't have it.
Mm-mm.
Dang it, to the right one. I didn't. Well, anyway, y'all, I'll just tell you what happened. Trump went to Memphis, and right in front of him, they had 3 boxes. Okay, and each of the boxes had DEA on it, right?
Okay.
We think that's the Drug Enforcement Agency. But they made sure that they took some tape and covered up the E where it just said DA.
Okay.
D is 4, A is 1.
41.
They were letting you know that you're the kings, right?
Okay.
Egypt has to be restored. That's why Trump went to Memphis. Okay.
Okay.
Now, after that, Trump went over to the king's house, which is Elvis Presley. Right? He went to the land because everything got to go back to the land.
Okay.
Okay. And even with that, he signed a black guitar. And the reason why I'm pointing out the guitar is because you remember on one of your shows, I said everything got to go back to where it's peace, love, and frequencies. Okay. And those frequencies are going to be based on music. You remember? Because music, that is that frequency that brings healing.
Yes. So
Trump signed the black guitar. So just letting you know, everything is going back to a certain thing right now. And when the troops got to Memphis, they all came and showed up over at that Memphis pyramid.
Okay.
Just letting you know that everything got to go back to Egypt, and that and it was right after the day of Skull and Bones, 322. Remember, I said that the Memphis pyramid was 322 meters tall.
You did.
Right? That's 322. And on the top of that pyramid had a crystal skull. That's the skull. And if you fly over a pyramid, it's shaped like an X. The X are your bones.
Wow.
I just did skull and bones in real time. You see that skull and bones?
Mm.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned on my Instagram chat, they're talking live now, that X also represents the woman or the womb. I never knew that. I never heard that.
Well, I don't know what to say on that one.
This is really deep. This is deep. Family, let's just take a brief break. Silver and gold prices are coming up. I just want to mention that. So this is happening right around this time. At first, silver and gold had spiked, but now we saw a sudden decline. We're moving into a whole different age where silver and gold, which had gone up drastically, now is declining, but it will go back up, and it's starting to go back up. So we want to mention that because our show is partially sponsored by Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company. With silver and gold prices now inching back up, that is also an indication that something is happening in the system. There's a break in the system, the whole system, not just the political system, but the global financial system. If you desire to prepare for this system and you want to add silver and gold to your portfolio, please feel free to reach out to our affiliate, Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company, by calling them at 952-929-7006. Or you can send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. And please let them know that Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you. Or you can say, listen, I heard about gold and silver for the Dr. Kia Pruitt show, because mentioning our name and our channel will ensure that you get the best prices in the industry. I will tell you that even though the prices are down now, they are going to go back up, but you will see premium prices going up. A premium is the price above the spot price or the market price. Okay. So you can call them. You'll see there'll be a small premium on top of the silver and gold price. Why are the premium prices going up? Because silver and gold now are in high demand. It doesn't matter that the prices are going down and people are selling off their assets. It's still in high demand. Gold right now at $4,504 an ounce, and silver at $70 an ounce is just an indication that things are happening and things are changing. So there's a high premium now that's on some precious metals companies, but you can get the best price at Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company. Another thing that's happening is that there are delays in deliveries right now because gold and silver are in high demand. See, the prices have been suppressed because people are selling off their assets, but they don't want everybody to know, the people in power, that we're moving to the gold and silver standard. This is just an indication of what's happening. Silver and gold are still in high demand. Don't let the prices fool you and make you think everybody's selling off their assets. No, only certain people are selling off their assets, like those that have to pay their bills immediately, and like those who have been found in fraudulent activities and crimes against humanity. Those that are trying to sell off their assets and not be discovered. So get you some gold and silver from Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company by sending an email to info@milesfranklin.com or send them a call at 952-929-7006 and mention Dr. Kia Pruitt sent you so you can get the best prices in the industry. All right, Sheik, back in your hands.
What else you got on those pictures?
Okay, we got 1,600 people in the chat, family. Hit the like button as you enter. Thank you for being part of the Soul Tribe. We love you so very much. If you are enjoying this show, family, please share the video with your friends and family members. Now, let's see what else you got here for us. It's just amazing to me how much you know and how you're able to put these things together. It's beyond me. Oh, what's next? Wow.
What you got?
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
That's the one. That's the theme of your show right there. Fill her up.
Now, why is this worth mentioning?
Make sure you got all those prices.
Okay. Right here. Okay.
Is it 2 or 3 on that one?
This is 2 prices, $369 and $464.
Okay. All right. First of all, y'all, you got 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all notice the colors of 7-Eleven?
Mm.
You got the red and the green going towards the right, and you got the orange going to the left.
Okay.
Right? The red and the green are the Moors. We're on the right, and anybody that's orange is on the left, as in Agent Orange, as in Donald Trump, as in, orange is the new white.
I always wonder why they called him Orange Man.
Yeah. But if you ever watch any of those Godfather movies, they'll show you in those movies. Anytime you see those oranges in those movies, normally something bad is about to happen to them.
Mm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the gas prices. Well, let me go back to the 7-Eleven. Why do they call it 7-Eleven? And why they have these prices on here the way they do? Well, 7-Eleven is the beginning of the Renaissance period with the Moors, and it lasted from 7-Eleven to 1492.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's why these 7-Elevens that were once kind of, ghosts, they were about to be just totally obsolete. And now these 7-Elevens start popping up and being resurrected. They did that on purpose.
Mm.
Right? And that first gas price says what?
It says 369.
Right. So everything is
369. Okay.
there you go. And 69, what? A reversal.
Mm.
Just like, Pisces symbol. You
Mm-hmm.
have one that kind of looks like the letter H, and the other one looks like two fish going in opposite directions.
Mm-hmm.
That's the 69. So they're letting you know it's a reversal in the power of 3.
Wow.
Right? Now, I also said 46 means a transition in power.
Okay. You did.
What's the next price? 464.
Mm.
6 forward and 46 in reverse. They're letting you know right there that we're transitioning power. And they're doing it right before April 1st, which is 41. And if you go to the next image, you're going to see it.
Now, so when you say it was the Renaissance period between 7-Eleven and 1492, what was the Renaissance period?
That's when the Moors taught Europeans culture. Okay. How to eat, how to wipe their ass, how to language, culinary skills, arts, the whole 9. That was from 7-Eleven to 1492.
Okay. I have heard about that. I didn't know it was called the Renaissance period. I remember studying the Renaissance period in school, but I can't remember what it was about. I don't remember it about teaching them Europeans culture. I can't remember what.
But see, watch this. Now, 7-Eleven to 1492 is exactly 781 years, right?
Okay. Yes.
781. But if you reverse that, that's 187. That's them killing off the Moors. You heard the term of 187?
Yes.
That means, murder.
Whoa. So, but they would be killing off the Moors because the Moors colonized them. Is that true?
No, they're killing off the Moors so they can have their supremacy. You remember now, 1492. What happened in 1492?
Christopher Columbus came to here.
Yeah, to take over your land.
Okay.
So we got to kill off the Moors. 187. They reversed it. 781. That's from 7-Eleven to 1492. They reversed it. 187.
Now, somebody says 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. I remember that song at 7-Eleven being something that Ice Cube said in one of his little gangster rap songs. Yeah, that is crazy. I don't know if you saw this, but Elon Musk had a post on Twitter, and he said something about reparations. And he said, well, if people are going to ask for reparations, you got to also give reparations to, I think he said Europeans. Let me see what he said. Did you see that? And it was on Twitter. Let me see what he said. Huh?
I'm not surprised what he said, but hey, check this out though, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about the TSA.
Okay.
Right? T is 20, S is 19, A is 1. That's 40. and that really it's a trial period, right? And you remember I said 40
Yes.
means a trial period, just like the 40 years of Jesus being in the wilderness, Moses being on the ark for 40 days, 40 nights, and Moses being lost in the with his people for 40 years. That's a trial period.
Yes.
Our trial period was 400
Okay.
years.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm. Yes.
Because
Yes.
we had to go through our trial. The trial meant that God had to humble us, because he said, I'm going to break you all the way down. I'm going to break you down to where you're going to know what it's like to be at the bottom. So when I give you this blessing, you ain't going to treat those the way that they treated you, because you're going to know what it feels like.
Right. Okay.
You don't want them to go through what you went through.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So it was a trial period, TSA.
Mm.
Now, what happened with that? The whole thing was talking about IDs. That they got ID people, right?
Yes.
They got to distinguish between those, because all it is just a drill. They just getting ready for the bigger thing that's about to go down. The drill is they got to start IDing and separating who's the United States citizens and who are the Americans.
So is that why TSA was sent to the airports? Why were they sent to the airports to help? Not TSA. What's
The
Homeland
troops.
Security? The troops sent to the airport.
You talking ICE?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything got to be put on ice.
Mm. Mm.
That's why they calling it ICE, because everything got to stop. Everything got to be put on ice.
Mm.
That's why Trump is talking about, the United States, buying Greenland, because that's ice. They got to go to ice. They got to be kind of like extinct with the dinosaurs.
Okay. And I can't help but wonder if some of these people that are at the airports, because they said they have long lines, if some of the people are people that's trying to escape America, and maybe that's another reason why ICE has been sent to the airports.
You are so on it. Okay, so what's happening is Trump said you can leave voluntarily, or we're gonna force you out.
Ooh.
That's the long line issue.
Okay. Oh my God.
They're not really telling you what's going on. A lot of these people know that the time is up and they gotta leave voluntarily. If they do not, if they get forced out, then Trump will separate their families the same way that they separated our families.
Because the people that's trying to leave, it just came to me. Now I'm listening to you, but earlier today, and I'm putting this together, I was like, a lot of people who are CEOs of all these major corporations, they have banking positions. A lot of these people are not indigenous American people. So when there's a transition in power happening, they're going to run because they don't have access like they once had.
Right.
They don't have privilege like they once had.
Correct. And when they finally confirmed the dude, Mark Wayne Mullen.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Wayne Mullen is a Cherokee from the Cherokee Nation, right?
Yes, yes.
So when he was sitting at the table with Trump and everything, when they had that breakfast, I think it was day before yesterday, he was wearing a copper necktie.
Wow. I got to see that one.
Yeah. And he was sitting on the far right. We're on the far right. You remember I said that?
Now, speaking of far right, which way is Abraham Lincoln's back turned on a penny?
No, he's facing the right.
Okay.
He's turned towards the right.
Okay.
Because if you go to Isaiah 41:10, it talks about we're on the right hand side of God. 41 and 10 is God's promise. I'm telling you what's up.
So a lot of people that were in power, they're gonna be trying to run out of here, because I believe the ancestors gave that to me, because I was like, there's so many people here on this land from all over the world. That's not normal. When you go to countries, when you go to most countries, is mostly like the same type of people there. You do have people that have settled there, but America as the melting pot is really something that's not what I've seen when I've traveled abroad. So a lot of these people that came here to get access to our trust, access to our land, our resources, once this transition of power happens, family, they gonna get up out of here. A lot of them trying to run now. They know what's coming down the pipeline.
That's TSA.
Mm,
That's TSA. That's what's going on.
mm, mm.
And why were they showing the Denver airport DA 41? That's why.
Mm.
And they said
Wow.
14 airports were going through this. That's what they said. Right?
Yeah.
But check this out. They also said after that, Ghana started talking about acknowledging the slave trade.
I did see.
You remember that?
I saw that. Yes.
Yeah, the worst thing that ever happened in humanity. The biggest atrocity, whatever. But they said how many countries voted that it was? 123.
Okay, let us know what does that mean?
Everything threes. What's 41 times 3?
123.
There you go.
Mm.
So they're letting you know who's the king. And they're doing this right in our face.
Mm. I wanted to show you right. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Pull up the next one if you don't mind.
Okay, can I show you this? Let me show you right quick what Elon Musk said, because I'm trying to figure out why he said that. And I know this isn't part of the show, but I just thought this was fascinating. He said it yesterday. Well, he read-truth, or he reposted something. He said true to what this Thomas Sowell guy said. Thomas Sowell says if you're going to have reparations for slavery, it's going to be the greatest transfer of wealth back and forth, because the number of whites who were enslaved in North Africa by the Barbary pirates exceeded the number of Africans enslaved in the United States. You have people arguing back and forth that's not true, et cetera, et cetera. And some people don't like this guy. They called him an Uncle Tom. I don't know who this guy is, but I just thought it was interesting that Elon Musk retweeted this and said true. Is there any significance to that, or should we just move on?
I haven't looked into that.
Okay. But you did say that we need to stop talking about reparations, because it's not about reparations. We need to be restored, have all of our wealth and land restored back to us.
Right, because, everything that's on the opposite side of the Nile River is where the so-called Indian reservations are, right?
Okay.
So on 41% of your states are on the east side of the Mississippi.
Okay.
Right? Which leaves you 59%, which is 5 plus 9, that's 14. It leaves you 59 of the rest of the country, right? And that's where most of the Indian reservations begin, on the west side of the Mississippi, or the Nile River, right?
Okay.
And they're called reservations because why? They have to reserve the land for our people. Once we wake up, they're not their lands. They're just holding on to it when you wake up. So when you come into this great wealth, this is going to be the wonderful thing. Everybody going to be trying to fly to Dubai. Everybody going to be like, shit, we going to Dubai. We're going to be taking girl trips, all this other crap, right? But everybody has to have a reservation. Meaning, get where I'm going, right? Everybody has to have a reservation. You all just can't be all of us piled into an airplane thing. We're going to get to Dubai at the same time. Everybody's still going to have a reservation. Everybody's going to still have to be able to do things accordingly, right?
Yes.
But, our people, we be like, shit, party on.
The people might not want to go to Dubai right now because Dubai is shutting down. You have all these major corporations and businesses that are actually leaving Dubai. And the billionaires are leaving too.
The new Dubai is going to look like where Memphis is. Right off that Mississippi, off the Nile. That's the new Dubai that's coming. And those buildings are going to be just magnificent.
Wow. Are they doing any reconstruction or rebuilding in Memphis yet?
They're doing some. They're doing some, but a lot of what's going on is already pre-planned. And
Mm-hmm.
remember, I said God's covenant is to restore you to Area 51. Well,
Right.
US Route 51 goes right up and down the Mississippi River,
Mm.
right? So
Yes.
everything got to be developed right over there because that's the promised land.
Mm.
Girl, you remember Martin Luther King said in Memphis, Tennessee, last speech, he said, I've been to the mountaintop and I've seen
Mm.
the promised land. I may not get there with you, but one day we're going to get there. What he was talking about is, yeah, I've seen what's on the other side of that Nile River.
Mm.
I may not get there with you because when he was at that Lorraine Hotel, that's not too far from the Mississippi River.
Mm.
You can see it, right? He said,
Right.
I may not get there with you, but one
Mm.
day we're going to get to the promised land, right?
Yes.
Now, that's the whole deal with the whole thing with Jesse Jackson, because Jesse had to fulfill the covenant. The covenant is the Rainbow Push Coalition,
All
right?
right.
And
Okay.
Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr., JLJS, I'll break it down. J is 10, L is 12, that's 22. J is 10 again, that's 32. And S is 19. 32 and 19 is 51. As in Area 51, that's the covenant to restore you back to Area 51. That's the rainbow. And boom, that's the promised land on the other side of that Nile River.
Wow. This is deep.
And watch. As soon as you get into the other side of the Nile River, you go into the state of what? Arkansas. The Ark of the Covenant. And the area code for Arkansas is what? 501 as an Area 51.
And isn't that where Bill Clinton was from?
Girl, yeah.
Come on.
And what's his wife? HC.
Hillary. HC, the reversal.
Yes. That's why they call him the first black president, because he's now going to be considered black.
Oh, because black means you have no standing in law. That was our status. That's the status they gave us, but things are being reversed.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, our status is really white. Because this is the land that belongs to us and our ancestors.
And the state of Arkansas is known as the Diamond State, right?
Okay.
All that really means is Egypt of the East and Egypt of the West coming together, because East is the regular pyramid and West is the inverted pyramid. But when you put the inverted pyramid with the upright pyramid together, they form the shape of a diamond.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So the Ark of the Covenant, which is Arkansas, check it out.
Okay.
The biggest diamond crater in the Americas is based out of Murfreesboro, Arkansas. Now, what does that mean, Dr. Kia? Murfreesboro, land of the free Moors.
Come on. Right in our face. We got people from Arkansas in the house. Welcome.
Whoever's from Arkansas, they know I'm telling the truth.
Somebody says, I just got confused. Sister Renee said, are we white? Yes, our lawful status is actually white. They flipped it. They told you in reverse that you're black, but you can't have, they say you have no standing in law, which is not true, because your law of the land is actually your laws, your republic. Help break it down further, Sheik. Are we white?
No. I mean, we're white. They're whatever. But, it's just
status.
It's just a status.
It's just a status. It's just a status.
White really means the pure-blooded people.
Okay.
You know.
Thank you for that question. All right. Thank you, family. Thank you so much for being here. Somebody says SF181, check white and American Indian. What is that on the form? You should check white as an American Indian, Sister Nana says. They saying preach, Sheik Bay.
Thank you.
Little Rock's in the house. Hey, Chief Mac, welcome. We're glad to see you here. He says that's why they retired Jesse Jackson's character during Black History Month, because it's the end of Black history.
That's no more black.
So we're not doing this whole black-white status in this new reality.
No.
You're not black, you're not white, and all this checking boxes and stuff like that.
Well, the deal is, within the next 30 years anyway, everybody's gonna be one color.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, because we're all coming together as one. And you're gonna be making these brown babies. So there's no more racism. The way you're gonna have peace for the next 1,000 years, you don't no longer have any racism, right?
Right.
Then you don't have any more what? Classism.
Oh.
Because you got rid of, if everybody got wealth, there ain't no need to steal.
True.
Right?
Yes.
Because I got, so we good. Now you can focus on building positive relationships with people. That's all you got left is good energy, bad energy. But it's supposed to be for 1,000 years. So if you take away the racism and you take away the classism, then you got some evils. You got some equal things happening for people where they can look at each other on the same playing field.
I see. Hold on, my grandson wants me to see something.
Okay.
You want to explain this? Come here. You want me to explain it? Me? Okay. He said, what is this? He said USA equals 41.
Hey, there you go.
Amin Ra. He said U is 21, S is 19, 4 is 1. 21 plus 19 plus 1 equal 41.
Yeah, A is 1.
A is 1. Yeah, A equals 1. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's why Donald Trump said make America great again, because he had to put the A back into the equation. Because US equals 40, as in that trial period that we were once under. Little man did that.
He did that. Thank you, grandson. He pays attention.
Ooh, that's learning for real, ain't it?
Yes.
That's called learning in real time. I love this. Like people, hey, y'all take a nickel, dime, and quarter, add it up. It's 40 cents, right? But when you add that copper-colored penny, what is it?
41.
Come on. And that's the descendants of Abraham are the heirs to the world. That's who's on that penny. And they removed Abraham from the United States government because we're not part of the United States. We're back to being part of America. That's why they took the penny out of circulation. The copper-colored people are not part of the United States no more. We're back to being part of America.
That's beautiful.
Ain't that wonderful?
That is beautiful. Then thank you for teaching, because I love that my grandchildren are learning in real time the stuff that we aren't taught in the public schools. They're learning.
They're going to see this world different. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Can I ask a question? A.E. Williams said, yes, please put it in the chat. Right, Antonio, pay attention to the children. I agree. Now, family, remember on the 1st of April, we're going to bring Orisha Stone on the show. He's the one who created my medallion. It has a goddess here that represents me, Nefertari. I don't know which god. This is Nefertari, but this represents me inside of a pyramid. This is 24 karat gold here. And it's actually a coin inside of here. It's gold and copper. And then we have stones here, citrine. And what else is the other stone, Ra? Turquoise here. Yes. Do you know anything about citrine?
Something to do with quartz.
Something to do with quartz? Okay. I just didn't know you study quartz, so I didn't know if you knew about citrine. So this is a beautiful piece, family. He's going to come on to talk about how we can be healed through stones and precious metals. And this is his business. So pay attention and look forward to that show that's going to happen on April 1st. As Sheik Jacob Bey has told us, April 1st is very important. It is the new year and it is 41. So pay attention. Please keep that in mind, that we're going to have that show with Orisha Stone, showing us some of his gifts, some of his material, the things that he has designed, some of his jewelry, a collection of his stones and other things. And he can make things for the Soul Tribe. So we're going to bring him in on the 1st of April. They're saying that's beautiful. Thank you. All right. Am I answering questions in the super chat? Yes, we will answer questions. Absolutely. But let him get through his presentation. Go ahead, Sheik. Yes.
Just pull up the next picture if you don't mind.
Okay. Let me see where it is. Oh yeah, I've seen this.
What you got?
This is Melania, First Lady Melania Trump with this. I don't know what this is, a robot.
Yeah.
I've seen commercials with the robot and
Okay.
Lady Trump. What is this about?
Let me explain it.
Please do.
Notice that the robot is ahead of her.
Right.
They walked out when they walked down the corridor, they walked out together.
Okay.
They were, right side by side.
Mm-hmm.
Then once they got through the double doors, she stopped to allow the robot to go ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
What that really means is she's letting you know that we're ushering in AI. Okay? Now, AI doesn't mean what people think it really means.
Okay.
AI means the alpha and the omega. Okay? See, if you A is 1, I is 9.
Okay.
The alpha, 9 is the omega. So if you think about the descendants of Abraham are the heirs to the world, right?
Yes.
Think about where the Lincoln Memorial is in Washington, D.C. Everybody will just look this up. That's the only monument where you got the brother sitting on the throne. Because he's the king, right? And he's from Kentucky.
Okay.
Right? Kentucky. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, the statue in Washington, D.C. is 19 feet tall and 19 feet down.
Okay.
As above, so below. The alpha and the omega as above, alpha and omega as below.
Wow.
And that ushering in AI, that's all that means.
That's all it means. Okay, because a lot of people are afraid of this AI revolution.
No. Because see, Jesus said, I'll be with you till the end of an age, right? That's
Yes.
Matthew 28:20, saying that okay, we're going to be at the end of the age of Pisces, right? That's the fish.
Okay.
That's why they said Jesus was a fisherman of men. That's the Pisces. Pisces is the fish, right?
Yes.
But Jesus could walk on water because he belonged to the land and not the water, right? So he could walk on the water. But when you come to the end of Pisces, guess what? Now you're in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is what? AI, technology.
I see.
Right. But we're ushering in technology. We're ushering in AI, the alpha and the omega.
Beautiful.
That's why they talk about Allen Iverson all the time in the news now. AI.
Yes.
Because guess what they just did in Philadelphia?
What's that?
They took down that Rocky statue in front of the the famous Rocky statue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I had to make the connection with you.
Right.
Right? Which was a black trophy of him holding his hands up in those boxing gloves. They took that down because anything that's dealing with the white supremacist ideology has to come down.
Wow.
That's why they got this whole thing with this missile being pointed at the Statue of Liberty, because that's one of the next things that's going to come down. The other thing got to come down is Mount Rushmore. Right? Because all these things represent that ideology. Don't be surprised if they do the same thing over Stone Mountain. Robert E. Lee.
Okay.
And the big one they got to take down is Andrew Jackson.
Okay.
Andrew Jackson was behind.
And why's that?
Huh? I missed what you said. What'd you say?
Andrew Jackson was behind what?
The Trail of
You
Tears.
said Andrew Jackson was behind something.
The Trail of Tears.
Oh.
There's a delay on your.
Okay. Mm.
Can you hear me now?
That's something. I see. I can hear you now. Who
You
was
can
that?
hear me now?
Somebody says everything. You guys were telling me. Yes, I can hear you now. Yes. Yes. Can you hear
So,
me?
so think about Andrew Jackson. What is he on? The $20 bill, right?
Okay.
And he's the seventh president. What's 7 times 20? 140.
140.
14.
Hmm.
It's all the white supremacist ideology.
Wow. Wow. Okay, let's see. Sister Janine, the moderator, says, I was wondering about Mount Rushmore.
Well, Sister Janine, look up when that Mount Rushmore was first built. It was
Okay.
built. Actually, it was opened in the year 1941.
Mm.
And on the day of October 31st. Well, what's 10 plus 31? 41.
41.
As in October 31st.
Mm. Mm. Okay, thank you. Here's our brother Donald. It's always good to see you, Donald Jones, and thank you for contributing to the show. He says, did you know that President Trump's signature is on the new $100 bill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's about. Do we know yet?
Well, I don't really know what that one's about, other than
Okay.
everything is going back to a gold standard.
Right.
And those new $100 bills may actually be backed by gold.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Well, if you want to get ahead of the game, family, you know where to get your gold and silver. You can call Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company at 952-929-7006. Let them know you'd like to have some gold and silver or silver. Let them know if you want to go IRA, meaning you can transfer your IRA into a gold IRA and take some of that of that gold into your possession. They also have a storage program. So send an email to info@milesfranklin.com or make a phone call to 952-929-7006 and get you some silver and or gold. Now you can either tell them what you desire, or they can send you a sheet of what they have, or you can say, this is how much money I want to spend. What should I get? I do that to my broker all the time because I don't have a lot of money to spend. So I'm like, this is how much I have. What do you recommend? I want to spend this much. Sometimes I'll say I like certain coins. I like the ones with the Cherokee head on it, the indigenous person's head on that. So I'll say I want some of those, but you can tell them what you want or ask them, if I'm going to spend this amount, what would you recommend? Let them know that Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you so you can get the best prices in the industry, because we are moving back to the gold standard. There's no question about that. Somebody says we are, what'd you say, printing our own gold and silver certificates? Huh. Okay. All right, now let me go ahead and bring up the next image for Sheik Bay. See what this is here. Okay. Trump declares national emergency at airports to sign order instructing DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, to immediately pay TSA officers. That's what's up next. Oh, wait a minute. I know you look.
I know. Let you handle that.
No. You go. I'm just
handle
seeing
that. You handle that because you had the reaction.
President's announcement comes amid a 41-day partial government shutdown affecting funding for DHS. You can't make this up. 41 days.
41 days. It's a ritual.
And
now the Department of Homeland Security is run by the Cherokee Nation.
Oh.
Mark Wayne Mullen.
This is, so you told us Mark Wayne Mullins he's the head of the Department of Homeland Security. He replaced Kristi Noem, right?
Kristi Noem.
Noem. And the reason for this shift is to let us know that power is being transitioned back to the indigenous people.
That's correct.
This is deep. This is deep. Wow. You're amazing. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
You're amazing. We love you. We appreciate you. A lot of people ask about you coming on the show to show us, what's going on, because we see things happening. We know things are happening in our spirit, but sometimes it's hard to put it together.
But let me tell you this, Dr. Kia, out of all the interviews I ever did with you, this is the most exciting, most fulfilling one ever because of what just happened with your grandson.
Oh, yeah.
And it showed me that, oh my God, my book can actually teach these children and that they're wanting to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
That's huge.
I agree. Thank you for fulfilling your mission and your purpose.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hi, Sister Barbara Pittman. We see you entering into the chat. Oh, somebody wants to know about this. Hi, Segment Fire Goddess. Didn't Tyler Perry just offer $250,000 in gift cards to TSA agents? I did see that. And 250 has to represent something.
Well, you remember that plane that crashed in LaGuardia Airport?
Mm-hmm.
They said 41 people got injured.
Now, why is Tyler Perry offering money to TSA agents? Do we have any idea?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't either. Thank you, Lulu, for sending a gift to the Dr. Kia Pruitt show. We really appreciate you. God bless you. Heaven smile on you. They can't see you, Amira. You got to get in it. Put up it. He wanted to show. Go ahead. Say hi to Sheik Bay.
Hi.
Hey, great work. I love what you were doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did you come up with that?
How did you come up with 41?
You're just thinking about it, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you did good. You did real good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I was thinking of it while I was laying down.
There you go.
Laying down?
But as long as you're thinking, that's all that matters.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Uncle David said you two can go over there if you're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go wake me up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The joy of having this next generation around is just it's amazing, because like they're learning from the show. They just hear. You never know what they're paying attention to, Sheik.
Right.
They hear the information, they regurgitate what they hear, and they process in what you're saying, and it's beautiful, because the things you're teaching I never heard in school. Okay. All right. Are we ready for the next image?
Please.
Okay. Let me see what the next is. Family, if you are enjoying the show, please put your name on Sheik Bay's list for the book. Okay. It's going to come out. It takes a lot of work to put out books, find the right producers or publishers, and make sure everything, is up to par, up to the standard that you hold up high. Get on his list, if you will, by emailing him, dejourlaw33@gmail.com. DEJURELAW33@gmail.com. And if you want to support his work, you can send a donation via Cash App at $ all rights reserved, ALLRIGHTSRESERVED. And he would greatly appreciate that. All right, let's see what the next one is. Y'all get ready, right? I often say that it's important to be mindful of what we name our children, Sheik Bay. My daughter named her son Amin Ra, and he's always studied like Egyptian information, who Amin Ra was. When he goes to the coin shop with me, the one that's local, sometimes they'll give them ancient coins because they know his name is Amin Ra, and they'll talk about how Amin Ra was allegedly a myth, but how it was actually a real pharaoh by the name of Amin Ra. And during his dynasty and his times, they shared with my grandson Amin Ra what type of currencies they were using, and they gave him an old coin with Amin Ra's image on it. So just by knowing his name, it has catapulted him to another place to study certain things that I find very amazing. Very amazing.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Let's see. And the same with my granddaughter, Cherish Mia Moore. She knows her name means love. So we talk about the importance of love, the power of love. And when she goes to the coin shop, they find things, ancient coins that vibrate on the same frequency of her name. It's just beautiful. Now that they're homeschooled, the things that we're doing is really preparing them for a whole new era. And I'm grateful. So, what do we have here?
That's the LaGuardia Airport crash.
I see.
Now they said that was flight 8646. 8 means infinity. You remember what I told you about 64 being the beast, the opposite of 46, which is the transition in power.
Okay.
64 means the beast. You remember I said in the year 64, that's when they came out with TV shows like The Monsters and the Addams Family.
Yes.
Bewitched.
Yes.
That's when they were showing you that they're the beast and they're casting spells.
Oh, wow.
And 64. Like I said, if you go down to exit 14 where the headquarters of the KKK is, exit 14 takes you right down Highway 64.
Wow.
So they're letting you know that 646, 64 forward, 64 reverse, it's the end of the beast. That's why they did that. Forever. 8 is infinity, forever. 8646, 646. That's it.
They did this in 64, and here we are. How many years later? Wow. Oh, Lord. 8 times 8 is 64, Ezra said.
Thank you. Ezra got that. You see how they did that?
Yes.
People are learning. People are really learning on this.
They be sending me the Soul Trap. They'll send me texts. They'll put messages on here. They'll send me messages and on Facebook Messenger. They be breaking down all kind of stuff. They'll say Sheik Jacob Bay said that 41 equals king, and I saw 41 in this screenshot on the news, and they'll show me the screenshot. Oh, they get excited about the information that you shared with us. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can go to the next one. We're done.
Okay. Who was this? Segment Fire Guide is asked, is there a significance with it being a Canadian airline?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't really see the image. Canadian. Canada is letting you know everything. C is 3. Everything in 3s.
Okay.
Then you got AN. They're letting you know the date of the Treaty of Tripoli. A is 1. Then you got N is 14. That's 11/4. As in November the 4th. Right.
Okay.
Then you got ADA. A is 1. D is 4. A is 1. Transitioning from white supremacy to the king. That's what that means.
2 pilots have lost their lives and 41 people were injured after an Air Canada plane collided with a fire truck at New York's LaGuardia Airport. E422 is right here.
E422. Yeah. Remember, it was about 42.
Tell us again.
White supremacy times 3 is 14 times 3. 42.
Okay, what's the next thing? Okay, we're done with those images now. The next set of images here. So you got a simple, I haven't seen Kroger in a long time since I moved to Florida.
Well, that's the one that's similar to the one of the 7-Eleven, but it has a different price in the middle.
Okay, let me bring it up. And 7-Eleven used to be very popular when I was growing up, that gas station. So all the time they were talking about the Moors, huh?
Oh, yeah. They talking about the Renaissance period.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, look that's a different gas station.
Okay.
You see the top number and the bottom number is the same as the first one, 369.
Sure enough.
Right? So they're letting you know with the gas prices. Then the middle price is what? $4.19. Really, it's just 41 and 9. Meaning it's the end of a rule. And the transition in power is shifting. Everything being reversed is in 369.
Mm, mm, mm. I keep hearing people talk about 369 frequency and how Elon Musk talks about the 369 frequency. So that is a high frequency? Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. How do you find these things? Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Sheik?
What does that message say? I can't see it.
It says, "Thank you so much, Jacob Bay, for teaching us, because it's no good to inherit money and not knowing what to do with it and why. You're teaching us to fish."
Yeah, I guess I am.
They're saying this is deep. How do you find these images? Like, this is amazing that you caught these things.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like God says, you take one step closer to me and I'll take 3 steps closer to you.
Take one step, you'll take 2. Let me see what else is up here.
Oh, is it 2 steps? Okay.
Oh, come on with it, family. Okay. I think that was the Trump declares national emergency at airports. We already did that one. I think that might be it, Sheik.
Is there one more email?
Let me see if that's no, that was it.
Okay. We did good.
We did great. So I have a question for you before we our question and answer period with the crowd. What do you think about the Treasury Department announcing that the United States Treasury Department announced that the United States Incorporated is insolvent? Well, they didn't even make a public, the media didn't talk about it, but you can find it online.
Okay, so check this out.
Okay.
What's really happening is everything has to go down. Everything is coming down.
Okay.
So all those corporations, all the things that were putting our people into some level of oppression has to come down. And those offices and departments are shutting down. And the way that they were doing business has to change too. Because you understand now, most of those departments were on a debt-based system. Because there was no real money. Right?
Okay.
That's why all those wealth management companies start sprouting up. That's why they now putting trust. That's why they're putting trust offices in our people's neighborhoods now. Because before they weren't before they weren't putting those.
No, they weren't.
They weren't. You had to go to the affluent, rich part of town. And those trust together, right? They did not exist on our side of the town. Now they're on our side.
Wow.
And if you look at most of these neighborhoods that were once project infested or whatever you want to call it, they are now, cleared a lot of that stuff off to build up real nice homes.
They are.
And they're not really, people would call that gentrification.
I was going to ask you about that. Yes.
No.
Okay.
People are going to have real nice homes. They're not phasing them out.
I see.
And they're allowing them to just, and I shouldn't even use the word allow, because once you have your things back, they can't allow you to do nothing. You have to allow them. So now you got the Passover coming, right?
Yes, sir.
3 days from now. That's Wednesday. And when that Passover comes, guess what's going to happen?
What's that?
Ooh, y'all just chill out. Let God's wrath pass over, right?
Okay.
Because if they start shutting things down, don't panic. Just understand mentally and spiritually what's going on. Because when they shut it down, oh, girl, they already talking about the judges,
Yeah.
the police, the
Mm-hmm.
attorneys, the doctors, the bankers,
Uh-huh.
everybody who held you back. The
What?
gate,
What about?
the gatekeepers,
What about them? They talking about what about them?
getting rid of them.
Mm. Mm.
So you got to let God's wrath pass over. And that may mean, just chill at the crib. Or if you start seeing something that, what the hell going on, don't panic.
Okay.
Go home.
Mm.
Chill out.
Mm.
Go home. I'm saying that for real. Home equal 41 too. Ain't that true? But anyway, go home, chill out, and just, let this thing just do what it's got to do.
Okay.
Who is that?
Speaking of going home, I saw this is my report that I did last night where I was talking about how the United States Treasury declared the United States government insolvent. But I also spoke of how Europe is talking about energy lockdowns. What they said was there are certain places in Europe where they're asking people to ride their bikes, commute as little as possible, try to do some work at home, do
Yeah.
more walking. I
Yeah.
was like, what?
And they're talking about even in this country, talking about alternative days to drive.
Mm.
Like you based on your tag, you can drive Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
And then other people get to drive that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about to change.
And what's the go ahead? Yeah, thank you. I was going to ask you because
they're not going to be able to just have their so-called white privilege here like they did before. They got to operate within a system to conserve, right? Now, I hate to say it this way because I don't want to be sounding like I'm racist because I ain't going there. But our people, because everything has to be restored, we'll be able to do whatever we need to do. So those certain rules do not apply to the indigenous people.
Right? Somebody told me to tell you to take your feet off of Granny's curtains. Go ahead, I'm sorry, Sheik.
hey, he gonna get that switch later on.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sheik. I apologize.
No problem.
Oh, Denise wants to know: is Donald Trump going to declare a lockdown? In your opinion?
Yeah.
President. Yeah.
That's coming. The first thing they're gonna start talking about with the Supreme Court on Wednesday, 41, is the 14th Amendment. 14th.
The 14th Amendment. Go ahead. You got to talk about it now, Sheik.
Right? Because they got to do away with anything relating to 14. Right?
Yes.
So the whole 14th Amendment is based on U.S. citizenship.
Okay.
Our people weren't supposed to be belonging to that U.S. citizen thing. We were supposed to be on the American side. That's Dred Scott, right?
Okay.
What's the area code for St. Louis? 314. Everything in 3 is 14. There you go, Dred Scott.
So that's go ahead.
That whole case was about him being a Moor or a U.S. citizen. Well, they said no. They really said property. So if you're property, you belong to the United States government.
And you said this discussion is going. I mean, the discussions are happening right now, but there's supposed to be something major happen on April 1st.
That's when the Supreme Court is going to start dealing with that whole birthright citizenship. And they all. Oh, you see that? Oh, okay. Does it say when?
I don't think so. Does it say when?
But the deal is, now they're talking about all these IDs, right?
Yes.
So the IDs are classifying people as U.S. citizens. And, our people need to be real careful about going forward. It said man shall perish for a lack of knowledge, right?
Okay.
So you don't know. Kanye West said slavery is a choice. So if you don't know what side of the fence you're supposed to be on, be careful. Don't be out there talking about you a U.S. citizen when you know that you got a choice to be the American.
Oh. This might be why some people are adamant about changing their status. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Okay, here it is. Congressional debate on the 14th Amendment. They said discussion between April. Oh, no, there was a discussion between April and June 1866. I was trying to figure out if I can find out the April 1st date, but I don't see it right now. Okay. Wow. Somebody saying let it all fall. I know that's right. Talk that talk, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, who is that? Sweat Equity said Sweat Equity 444 said he declared a lockdown today, right before you came on, right before we came on. I saw a news a news something come up on my YouTube channel said Trump declares lockdown, but I didn't get. I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't get time to listen to it. I was like, I'm not going to announce that because I didn't get a chance to listen to it. So really, wow, it's coming. Go ahead.
So he announced the lockdown today.
Yes.
Ha.
What?
I'm loving this.
Mm. Mm.
So it falls right in line with what you're talking about and what we're
Mm.
talking about. This is real.
Let me show it. Thank you for mentioning that in the chat. Let me show you. I gotta listen to this. Look, Sheik.
All right.
Trump speech live. Trump drops bombshell. Immediate lockdown declared across America.
Lord have mercy. I love it.
Lord have mercy.
You know, I get so tired of people saying that damn Trump, that damn Trump. Every time I hear them talk, that damn Trump. You know what?
What?
I love me some Donald Trump.
Okay.
Because in the last days, it says that you're going to hear the trumpets, the Trump.
Ashe.
Trump E.T. AI.
Mm-hmm.
Extraterrestrial.
I'm busy. And this is live. This live right now. Trump speech live.
Really?
Trump. Can't say it again, Sheik.
It's live right now.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing. Do y'all see that too?
Shut this mug down.
ET Now World. That's who's reporting it.
What? I just said Trump ET.
You did. You can't make this up. Let me show you, family. Look, you know your stuff, Sheik. Here it is. Look. Trump speech live. Trump drops bombshell. Immediate lockdown declared across America. / World News. ET Now World, who's actually reporting it. This is March 28th. Well, no, this was okay. They just showing it live, but it says the stream started on March 28th.
Oh, okay.
2,124 people are watching now. Stream started March 28th. But they just showing it. I don't know why it's showing as live.
That's part of the EBS.
Oh.
Because they can't say that they didn't warn you. Even if they just keep replaying the same video. They we did warn you. We're gonna play this over and over. But shut it down.
So should we expect, I mean, I know you're not trying to predict anything, but should we expect this to look like the shutdown in 2020? You know, is this what are your thoughts? Is this like a partial shutdown? Like what's happening here?
A partial shutdown? No. They're shutting down the whole thing. You know, the corporations have to stop.
Okay.
You know, I don't care if it's on the level of McDonald's, Burger King, or whatever, on up to, you know, your JCPenney's or whatever else you got, your Macy's, whatever. Those things have to shut down, and even these banks and all that stuff, that's going to shut down too.
So everything's shutting down. That doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a lockdown where everybody be in the house, or what do you think? Well, if everything shuts down, go ahead.
you remember in the Bible, and they talked about the Roman soldiers during the Passover.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we're going next, because those
Okay.
troops be out in these streets, and that's why they got those smart TVs. Because everybody who got a smart TV, be aware that those smart TVs have cameras, and they can tell who's inside that house, and they can listen in on who's in that house. So just know, lay low, and let God's wrath pass over, because they're not really looking for us; they're looking for them. Because they got to start deporting people.
When you say them, who are you?
I ain't put that on your page.
We got to figure it out for ourselves. But yeah, they are deporting people. I don't think people realize that there are a lot of people here that were stealing money, gaining access to our trust. What else? Trafficking. Like when I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, I actually saw a notice on this one restaurant my husband used to go to. God rest his soul. It was a Chinese restaurant he used to love to go to. It said, "Shut down due to human trafficking." I don't think people realize how a lot of these businesses were fronts for human trafficking, drug trafficking, sex trafficking, all this type of stuff. And these were people that a lot of them, while they may have been from here, many of them were not from here. Why is it that people from all over the planet were coming here to run these operations, Sheik?
That's how they did. But they were getting paid incentives else to come here.
Say it again. They were getting paid what? I didn't hear you.
Incentives.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like they were being paid incentives for giving people COVID shots.
Right.
Now that's part of the genocide or whatever.
But why go across the seas to get people from other places to come here to do that?
No, they brought people from overseas so they could keep the census numbers up.
Oh, okay.
Because see, if you have all these Mexicans that came in who are not immigrants, they're migrants.
Okay.
Because immigrants means you have to come from one body of water to the other body of water, right? You got to cross over an ocean. Migrant means you're coming from one land to the other land. So if you're part of America, they're part of America too. So they're just migrating from one part of America to the other part of America, right?
Okay.
So they're not illegal. That they made you think they were illegal, but they're not illegal.
Okay.
So they belong here, but guess what happens with the census?
What?
The balance of power shifts, because you got 14% Hispanic, 13% of us, and then you have maybe 4 or 5% Asian, whatever it is, and then you got whatever's left with these Caucasians, right?
Yes.
So what they needed to do was keep bringing people over from other parts of the world so they could keep their numbers up by classifying them as white.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
And they would give them an incentive like, oh, we're going to give you free education. That's why you see so many doctors that are from other parts of the world, in these hospitals, right?
They are. Yes.
Right. So,
yes.
So they're doing that. Then you have, you got all the doctors, you got their families being able to get free education. Right. And they give them a little kickback, like, look, we'll help you start a business and everything. As long as you put it in this neighborhood where most of these so-called black folk are, we'll make sure you don't have to pay certain taxes, or we'll reduce your tax rate.
That I didn't know.
Think about it. Think about all those foreigners in our neighborhoods that either got a hair store, right? And it's owned by Susie Wong or some shit. Excuse me. but you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So she got, Susie Wong got the hair store.
Okay.
Then you got somebody else named Akeem running the gas station, right? Where you get your lotto picks. Right? But you don't see us.
Nope.
And then you got a little Chinese, Korean restaurant or something like that. You got all that. You got all this other stuff, but you don't have our peoples with anything.
Now you got a lot of Indians that have hotels from East
But
India.
but at least they're reserving that for us.
The East Indians? That's from the
No,
country.
I guess I'm talking. You said East Indians. I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about
about the East Indians. They own a lot of the
casinos.
hotel, yeah, and hotels. They own hotels too, and gas stations now. And they are taking over the hair industry. The East Indians and the Arabs.
Wow.
The Asians, East Indians, and Arabs now.
But all they're doing is just reclassifying those people and giving them incentives to be here. So they, and then you say that you're white, and then the census numbers keep our people from being able to rise because it's all systematic. But it's done intentionally, and if we get out of our feelings, we'll at least know that okay, they had to do what they had to do. Because in the Bible, it says, Genesis 15:13, that God's chosen people or God's people will be afflicted in the land that's not theirs for 400 years, right? So if they're being afflicted, the 400 years started in 1619. You add 400 years to that, 2019 as in COVID-19. But 7 means completion. 7 is completion. So you have 407 years would be 2026. And 20 plus 26, as I said, is 46, and 46 means the transition in power. See, and they do everything in threes. That's why Donald Trump was the 45th president, and then he's the 47th president. But if you average 45 and 47, what you got? 46.
Wow.
Transition in wealth.
Transition in wealth. Okay, talk about the transition. Let's transition into that conversation. What do you mean by a transition in wealth?
Well, the wealth.
Before you say that, I agree. Mindful Moment says it ain't no fun when the rabbit has the gun. Go to my channel and you'll see that Sheik Bay did a whole show on that too. Go ahead, Sheik. I'm sorry. Transition of wealth.
Well, it depends on what you could classify as wealth. Because wealth could be peace of mind.
That part.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, really, wealth could be peace of mind. Like, I don't have to deal with this crap no more. If you're not worried about utility bills, if you're not worried about your next meal, and you're not worried about how you're going to get your little ones to school or whatever they got, wherever they got to go, doesn't that give you peace of mind?
For sure enough.
Right. And if you're not worried about how I'm going to take care of this rent, how I'm going to take care of the mortgage, how I'm going to take care of this other stuff, that's peace of mind. That's wealth, right? And wealth is health, right? Because if you're wealthy and you have peace of mind, you're healthy too. That means your blood pressure ain't going up. That means that you're able to, get some things done and not have to struggle so much. Now, wealth, everything that is in the ground, everything on top of it is going to belong to you. That's the transition in power. And that's not just in the Americas, that's throughout the world. That's why everything is shutting down all over the earth. Everybody's shutting stuff down because they know that the time is over.
So the people that are from those lands will be able to go back home and experience wealth. Now that there's a transition of power. What happens if they say, I don't want to go home, I want to stay here in America?
Trump said you got to pay for that $5 million Trump card. That's going to replace that green card people were getting. You got to come back over here the right way.
Okay.
If you don't, you're not going to be able to come back over here at all. That's why you're seeing all those airports full like you are. Because them people are like, you think they waiting to just get on the flight. They waiting to get out of here. Because they know that the time is over and they got to go. Because if they don't go the right way, they're not going to be able to come back in the right way.
I see. What do you say to those people who feel like President Trump is doing this because he's racist? I've heard that rhetoric at like the No Kings rallies and protests. He's a racist. He just doesn't want all these, they say all these people of color here as if those are the only ones who are here in America that's here unlawfully. But what do you say to that? That he's just being racist?
Some of his best friends were what? Mike Tyson and Michael Jackson and Don King.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he ain't racist. It's all part of a bigger thing.
Mm.
He was selected to do what he's doing.
Okay. Mm.
All that stuff is just a show, and he always tells you it's a show because he always says what? Central casting.
Central casting. He does. He does. I saw a video, speaking of, different people being here. I saw a video where a lot of Ukrainian people that are here are leaving. And there are some Europeans that are leaving. I think mainstream media doesn't talk about it. But there are people that are not considered colored or people of color that are leaving America.
A lot of people are going to the bunkers.
Okay. Talk about that, the bunkers.
Fine. The bunkers are just, oh Lord, how can I say this without sounding crazy? Some of them have to go back to being underground. The devil got to go away.
Okay.
The devil got to go away for 1,000 years.
Mm.
So bunkers are really okay. That's why they were misdiagnosing our women with cervical cancer.
Okay.
Because they had to give them these hysterectomies. That's the H and the C, ain't it? Hysterectomy and cervical. But they had to take their uterus. Why? Because their survival is all about our placenta, the woman's placenta and everything in that uterus, right?
Okay.
They need that to survive, right? Because without it, they die.
Mm. Okay.
They know that's why, look, if we really were from Africa and they were just tired of our ass, why wouldn't they just ship us back to Africa? Because they knew that we were bound to this land.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't. So the only thing they could do to you is what? Incarcerate you. Or institutionalize you.
Okay.
That's why the prisons are institutions and the schools are institutions.
If you had young children today, would you keep them in public schools or would you want to take them out?
I would have to be married to a woman that is equally yoked. Because, some people don't believe that. And if the woman is in line with that, with you, it's easier to do. Because somebody's going to have to do the teaching.
Right. That's true.
And you got to pass that responsibility down to the teacher.
Okay.
And that could be you and that could be her. But y'all have to, if you really commit to it, you got to commit to it.
Right.
That's the thing. That's why I said you got to have someone that's in line with your thinking. Because if not, it's going to be difficult.
It will be. I have my grandchildren home, and although I love it, I will say it sometimes is challenging to make sure they're learning what they're supposed to be learning with the reading, writing, and arithmetic, as well as making sure they have socialization. They get out around other people and teach them whatever I want to teach them. But the good thing about that is they can learn as we go. Whatever they learning about legacy, coins, silver and gold. You got about 5 or 10 minutes to answer questions, Sheik?
Shoot them away. Let me know
Okay. So Stephanie said, my doctor just quit the practice and I wondered why. I've heard of doctors quit. My mom works in healthcare. She told me doctors are quitting, nurses are quitting, and nursing homes and hospitals are shutting down. Can you expound on that?
That's the med bed that's coming out.
Oh.
Because see, once the med bed comes out, you're not going to need doctors and nurses like that. You're just going to need somebody to help manage the system. You know what I mean?
Yes.
we'll help you get in it. We're gonna help you get out. We'll make sure we, operate it and push the right buttons so you'll be straight, and then go on about your way. And you're not gonna need any insurance, medical insurance, to be able to use the med bed.
I see.
Yeah, that's part of Trump talking about make America healthy again. I noticed something the other day. I have bought some Ivory soap, the liquid soap, right? And normally when you get something like lavender, lavender, y'all, but if you get something like lavender or the other aromas, they normally have a color that complements that. You know what I'm saying? And Donald Trump had Robert Kennedy Jr. declare no more dyes are going to be put in some of these packaging, right?
Yes.
The dyes, like the purple for lavender and all that other stuff, they had to eliminate those dyes, because I noticed that my soap was crystal clear.
Wow.
Crystal clear.
Wow.
But it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Crystal clear. It wasn't no plain soap, and it wasn't no hand soap. It wasn't even that hand sanitizer. But they got rid of the dyes.
That's beautiful.
Right?
That's beautiful.
Because
Yes.
the dyes was creating the cancer.
The cancer?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Anytime you start putting a lot of artificial stuff into your system, even the deodorant that has that aluminum in it.
And the toothpaste.
Yeah, fluoride.
Chloride. My grandson said he could, if you have to look at the strip, if it's blue, it has chemicals. What else did you say, Amin?
If it's black, that means death.
Green means natural?
Yep, he's right.
Red means half chemicals, half natural. And black, you're right. He said black means all chemicals. Sheik Jacob Bey said that means death. But what they'll do is they'll put it at the end of the toothpaste, the tube of the toothpaste, to strip the color, but you can't see it because it's inside of a box.
Yeah.
You have to pay for it first before you can see it. Yeah, I noticed that, grandson. This is wild.
But all the stuff that they were doing to us, they have to come to a stop.
Oh, he said blue is natural plus medicine that they add to it. I ain't no telling what the medicine is.
Well, he's breaking it down.
Sister Latrell said they were getting, these people that came to America were getting bank loans without a credit score.
She's right. You didn't need one. As long as you classify yourself as white, they laid this thing out to you, right?
So it wasn't all in our heads that they weren't giving us loans because for whatever reason.
Well, how can they loan you something that already belongs to you? That's the deal.
Come with it.
So until we figured out what side of the fence we were supposed to be on, they ran the game on us. And when we figured out the game, going back to Black Wall Street, right? What did they do? Bomb us because we figured out the game. We had our own banks. We had everything else. We were good. We didn't need to deal with that, right? We were good.
Right.
But because we figured it out, they had to bomb us. But the real reason why is wasn't our time to rise yet.
I see.
If you think of it spiritually, and don't get mad, because they did a damn good job in what they did to us for 400 years. They did their role. Give them a standing ovation, okay? Because they did a dang good job. But that's over.
Glory. Sheik, Sweat Equity said the new general for the Grand Army of the Republic's name is Carter Ham.
She already know. CH.
C8. Oh, yeah. Come on through here. She did say HC.
Yeah, she did that. You slept on that one, didn't you?
I slept on the HC, the CH. I sure did.
But see, Carter Ham, you remember the Pope Francis letter?
Now that's what I was about to say, that we mentioned that in Motu Proprio, that letter. He said that General Carter Ham would be over the Grand Army of the Republic. Go ahead, Sheik. Talk about it.
That's why you're seeing Hegseth and Kane, General Kane, Hegseth and Kane, HC.
Ah,
they're always coming out together. It's a reversal.
Dang.
Y'all remember when Trump held that Bible upside down?
Yes.
He crossed over 8th Street. Then it's a reversal.
This is General. Go ahead.
Okay, all the rituals that were done in the Bible now had to be reversed. And now letting you know that we're now at the end of the Bible. This is Revelations. It's over with.
Oh, this is the end of the Bible, and this is where your book picks up.
Hey, generational.
General Carter Ham is a retired United States Army general officer who served as the second commander of the United States Africa Command. He served as the Commander General of the United States Army Europe and 7th Army from August 28, 2008 to March 2011. Prior to that, he served as Director for Operations at the Joint Staff from August 2007 to August 2008. But if you guys remember, as Sheik Bey said in the letter Motu Proprio, Pope Francis came out when he wrote a letter to Obama in like 2013, 2014 and said, it's over for us. We got to stand down. And if we don't, General Carter Ham will be over the Grand Army of the Republic and they going to make us stand down.
That's it.
Okay, let me see. Any more questions before Sheik has to go? Saladin. Hi, Saladin. Is this my friend Saladin from New York? If it is, Saladin, you've been talking about some of this on your channel for a long time. He wants to know what's going to happen with child support.
They can't control your children no more.
Oh.
And how you raise your children.
Okay.
Everything got to go back to tribal law. It can't go back. Can't go back to corporate. Everything got to go back to that.
So no more no more dividing up your children and dividing up your assets through divorce?
Well, what's going to happen is they're going to gradually phase some of that stuff out. So they're already doing it because they're telling women that you can't just put any man's name on that birth certificate. You better get a DNA test before you do. And that's going to kill off all that BS.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
You know what I mean? Women who were fraudulently putting these men on child, who were not the fathers of their children, that has to go. Now that's going to make it, and if they do it, they're now going to be held accountable. It's not going to be where it's just the man being held accountable. All that's reversed. But they're going to phase that whole thing out till we kind of figure out how to get, families back in line, how they're supposed to be.
So what about licenses, marriage? Go ahead.
Well, the state can't be a third party. The state can no longer be a third party to your marriage.
I see.
That's why they got the whole Department of Fraud. The Department of Fraud is to now attack the mortgage companies, the insurance companies, these licenses, the DMV, all the stuff that's been keeping you oppressed. Even the hospitals and all that stuff that been doing things to kind of mess you over. That's all fraud. All of that is fraud. The banks that have been stealing from you, that's fraud. And all of them got to pay.
So all of this is over, like the medical system, the bank system. So the whole entire system is in fact collapsing. The whole system.
Yes.
Speaking of health and wealth, family, getting rid of the hospitals and all those fraudulent systems related to health. If you are interested in getting any black seed oil or oregano oil, pure oregano oil, organic oil, if you're interested in getting that so you can purify your body and get rid of or eliminate these parasites that are in your body, then you can go ahead and go to simplyholistic.shop. This is where I get my raw honey and black seed oil, where I get my oregano, my sea moss, all of those different things that, help me to cleanse out my colon and my body from these parasites. We've had so many testimonies from the Soul Tribe actually let me know. And I put a few of them up on my post section that say that they had issues with certain things. I don't want to say that it's a cure because you get in trouble on YouTube. But one person actually had issues with the C word, CANCER, and she was using this protocol. And when she went back, she noticed that what was there is no longer there. So I'm not going to say that it's a cure for those things, but I will say this helps purify toxins out of your body. That is simply holistic, simplyholistic.shop. The gentleman who owns this shop is going to come on the Dr. Kia Pruitt show and talk about his products as well as med beds because he has access to one. So any more final questions, family? We do know that the Sheik has to get out of here. He is busy. Somebody asked a question, let me see, about people in prison. Let's see, what did you ask about prison, family? I don't see that.
I can just say this without you even pulling that up.
What about the prison system? Okay.
That's going to be one of those let my people go type things.
Okay.
And that's also going to be the only real crime is, death, rape, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You kill somebody, you rape somebody, you go into prison, right?
Okay.
Now, but it's and if you're doing something like robbing somebody, yeah, that's prison too.
Okay.
As long as you're not hurting your fellow man, all that stuff gotta go.
Okay. For you all that are asking me about the holistic site, I did put it in the chat. I put it right there. Who are you guys asking? Will they be deported and put in jail? Who are they, please? Segment Fire Goddess says all crimes are commercial. I don't know what that means, but thank you. They're saying thank you, Sheik Bay. What else? The game's over. All right. Any final question? Prison system is belly of the beast and it's owned by China. What? Wow. So marriage licenses will go away. Somebody asked that again.
Well, the marriage license is I told you the state will not be a part of your marriage anymore.
Yes, sir.
They're a third party to everybody's marriage. That's why they call you the parent, because you got to pay rent to raise your child.
Wow. Yes, this is being recorded as we speak, and it will post as a live that streamed almost 3 hours ago. But it will.
The child doesn't belong to you. The child belongs to the state. Once you get married, anything birthed from that marriage becomes a part of the state property. That's why if you go through a divorce, the state can tell you, well, you get the kids, you got to pay this and all that, right? And you got to pay rent. You got to be the parent to pay rent.
Well, Sheik Bey, I know we have kept you on almost 3 hours. This has been so informative, so enlightening. You're welcome and empowering. Because when you know what is going on, then you know what to do. So are there any final words that you have for the Soul Tribe that will continue to further encourage us as we may be preparing for lockdowns, shutdowns, energy crises, whatever? What do you want us to know about this?
If y'all want to hit me up on my email, please do. I'll respond to all my messages. And I'm open to answering any questions. I appreciate everybody's love and support. And, we're going to get through this, okay? but it's going to be difficult at first because we're not. Many of us aren't going to be prepared for what's about to come. But if you know it's for the greater good and that we're going to come out of this smelling like roses, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. And it may be some dark nights. When I say dark nights, if they shut off everything, don't trip. That's the time when you need to start bonding more with your family, or reading a book, doing something in your yard if you can, whatever you need to do that's going to be positive. Because it may last anywhere from 3 to 10 days. Some people have said 2 months. I don't believe it's going to go that long, but it may last a minute. And just be prepared. That's all. Just be prepared. And if you have food in your house and you don't have a lot of food, I'm not saying whatever, but you don't have, just eat without just, thinking that you got to be making these big old full course meals.
Okay.
Because that got to stretch out.
So go ahead.
They shut down these grocery stores. What you gonna do? Because most of us aren't prepared to, farm anything. And by the time you farm something, Passover been gone.
Timpson Tracy said they're resetting the system, the whole system.
Really? Tracy, keep me informed, Tracy. Hit me up on the email.
Thank you so much, Water Made Well, for sending the show a super sticker. We appreciate you. God bless you. Heaven smile on you. Hold on tight. Hold the light, family. What's that, Sheik?
My email. I got a lot of emails. Thank y'all.
If you want to reach out to Sheik Jacob Bey, family, please send him an email to dejourlaw33@gmail.com. You can also get on his waiting list for his book that's going to be released. What's the name of your book again?
The Copper King, The Transition in Power.
Copper King, The Transition in Power. To help, if you want to help publish that. I looked into publishing books and I saw you could do self-publishing if you want, but I saw prices like some of them going all the way up to 10,000 and the thousands. It just depends on what publishing company you want to go with. You could do it free, but go ahead.
Straight up, what I'm realistic, and I'll tell anybody I'm being realistic about it. I'm looking at about 20 grand just to really get things moving the right way.
Yeah.
And that's just to fulfill the orders that I already got from the tribal family.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. But because I got thousands of people requesting that book, and that's just volume 1. Somebody just hit me up. I don't know who it was, just a few days ago. Said they want 6 books for the entire family.
Wow.
And I'm selling them at $41 each.
If you're interested in supporting Sheik Bey's work, please send him a blessing or a gift to All Rights Reserved. Cash App, $ All Rights Reserved. ALLRIGHTSRESERVED. Where can they find your work, Sheik? Are you online anywhere yet?
Not yet. I will be, but not.
Okay.
It's coming. Because I'm to be honest with you, the reason why I just put that off, because what I want to do is align things when I know that the book is actually starting to be printed up, and then I have a direct link where people can go on there and they can select what volume 1 they want to get. I'm going to start off with volume 1 and volume 2.
Okay.
But I'm going to eventually have 5 different volumes that you can select from. Okay. And when I think about, when I look back on what I've actually done, and I go back to the very beginning,
yes,
I'm amazed that all this stuff has actually lined up from that.
Exactly.
And you and I've been talking 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
And our conversations are kind of lined up with a lot of what's happening now. We used to talk, oh, this stuff is about to end anytime soon.
Yeah, we did.
And here we are.
And you would tell me so much information. I'd be like, I wish you could just come on the show, because there would be too much for me to handle.
But we're here.
Mm. Somebody want to know, do they need a new passport? Should they be trying to do all this extra stuff people are saying? Get a new passport, get new IDs?
Don't do anything. Oh Lord, don't do anything until the transition happens.
Okay.
Because your ID might be your skin color.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Colored people, that's it. Hey, let them go. They got to come right through. If you're going through TSA or whatever, let them go right on through.
Mm.
That kind of thing. That's what it's going to look like. You're going to have your coming to America moment.
Mm. But some people might say that's racist. You're doing this colored thing.
Who said that?
Somebody might say that.
Don't be putting that in the atmosphere. I didn't say that. You didn't say that. Who said that?
Okay, I will. I mean, they might be like, why would you be able to get through this because you're brown? I don't know. Okay, I'll take that out. Take that back.
Hey, edit that part out.
Michelle asked, should we get our children from college and bring them home? Because things might be shutting down.
Inform your children. That's all you gotta do is inform them. They don't have to come back home. Just inform them. If things are shutting down, let them know not to panic. Stay where you at. Chill out, but don't be running the streets, because you're gonna have the military. Oh, this is the thing I want to say. They increased the draft age to what? 42.
What do you mean, the drive age?
The draft age.
What? They did?
42. What is that? White supremacy times 3. 14 times 3 is 42.
Okay.
That's what I said. 42. So they're letting you know what the draft is really about. We're coming after white supremacy.
Wow.
Iran, 42.
What? Yeah, the whole Iranian war, like that one kind of stumped me a little bit. But I heard somebody say that perhaps this war was so that Iran can get rid of Israel.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. No. It was about the transition to power.
That's it.
Okay. Well, this has been very, very good, Sheik. The Soul Tribe is so appreciative and grateful. I don't know what to say. I'm so grateful that that you are a part of the tribe, that you are the Sheik and help to break down things for us. I know you're a very busy man, so for you to take the time out to do this is honorable. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you always.
Yes, sir. Do people need to be filing for SSI benefits at this time?
No.
Okay.
Anything that's government related, back off of it. Because they're backing off of you. And if you keep on trying to go right back into the matrix, you're going to get everything and catch hell all over again. Not when you don't have to. You don't have to be a part of that no more. The whole thing about a shift in power, the power goes back to us, right?
Okay.
So why do we have to obey their rules when our rules now apply?
Ooh. Now, our rules, you mentioned that we're going back to tribal law. Is that the same as the republic, or is it going to be republican then tribal law? Or is that,
even on one of your last shows I did with you, you remember I said it's no longer going to be what? Statutes, codes, rules, regulations, ordinances, and acts, right?
Yes.
Everything law. LAW, land, air, water, right?
Yes.
And I said it's going to be the 10 Commandments. As soon as I did your show, the news later on that evening said the 10 Commandments got to come back into the schools.
No. Wow. I did not know that.
And anybody can pull that up. I'm going to tell y'all, one thing about my book and one thing about me, if I say it, you can cross-reference it and look it up, and you can see that I'm not just giving you a lot of stuff that's coming out the side of my neck. Real cross-reference.
I do. I'm looking it up. What to know about state laws on the 10 Commandments. That's March 19, 2026.
You saw that.
Say it again.
You see that, right?
Yes. Tennessee advances. The Tennessee legislature advances 10 Commandments classroom mandate.
Mandate.
March 19th.
Egypt. Tennessee.
Good God from science. So okay. So is this in accordance with our republic? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Here it is, family. Tennessee Senate backs the 10 Commandments mandate in the schools. March 19, 2026 at 12:32 p.m. ET. Eastern time. Wow. Wow. Well, I mean, uh-oh. Did I lose y'all? Okay. This has been informative. I think we covered everything. Oh, you said fill her up. Why did you say fill her up? Fill her up. That's what you said we should name this show. Fill her up.
We showed the gas price.
We already talked about that, didn't we? Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. You did.
And I was letting your viewers that they put the signs in the gas prices. And I also said on your last show, don't be surprised if it goes all the way up to $5.10 because they're going to tell you it's Area 51 being restored back to you.
Come on. And what would you say about the gas? What would you say about silver and gold? Should people be, should they want it? Should they get it? What do you think? What are your thoughts on silver and gold? Just your personal thoughts.
I mean, be prepared to have your own bank and be prepared to defend your own bank once you get it. Because once you start having wealth, you remember those cowboy and Indian movies?
Yes.
Everybody always coming after somebody with the gold, right?
That's right.
They're robbing those carriages and, those buggies.
Yes.
But just know, have a safe place for your wealth. Be telling everybody what you got going on. Have a safe place. And if that means something that's under your house or something, you know how they used to put money in the walls. I mean, do whatever you got to do, even if you got to have a remote place where people don't even know what it is, and keep it somewhere safe.
So if you're interested in silver and gold, you can go to your local coin shop, or you can contact our affiliate, Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company, by giving them a call, 952-929-7006, or you can send an email to info@milesfranklin.com and let them know that Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you. You'll get the best prices in the industry. You can ask them to send you an inventory, or you can tell them how much you want to spend and say, what do you recommend? However you desire to do that, give them a shout by calling them or sending them an email, info@milesfranklin.com. Call them at 952-929-7006. Let them know Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you, and they will ensure that you get your product as fast as possible and for the best price as possible. Finally, family, I want to remind you that on April the 1st, we're going to have Arisha Stone to come to my show, and he's going to talk about healing through stones and precious metals. He is the one who created this medallion for me. Right here, it is a goddess, Nefertari. It is 24 karat gold. It is actually a coin here, 24 karat gold coin. And it's also copper here. And I don't know if you can see the goddess here, but I'll show you some pictures. I think he's going to put together a flyer for the Soul Tribe. He's going to be on our show on April the 1st at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here is the flyer for that. Well, the announcement on YouTube. So go to the YouTube channel, please, and hit on that notification button. But this is beautiful. I'm very, very grateful that he thought enough of me to actually create something just for me. He can do that for you as well. When he comes on the show, he'll show us some of his pieces. Mine happens to have citrine and turquoise. I love turquoise, is my favorite color. And some other properties here that helps to raise my vibrations. And it does cure or heal certain things. What you see? What you looking at?
Oh, I'm responding. I'm responding to the emails.
He loves when you guys, when you all send him messages. He was like, yeah, I'm just responding. I'll call him. What's going on? I'm just responding to the Soul Tribe. He be all excited. Thank you, family. He loves what he's doing here. Those of you who sent me a Cash App blessing, my Cash App, by the way, but if you want to donate to the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show, is $ Mama Kia 13. $MAMAKIA 13. I appreciate so many of you who have sent super stickers, super chats, and Cash App blessings. So I want to say thank you, Brother Eric Craddock, who says your service, this is for your service to humanity. Thank you for that. Cornelius Palmer says gratitude. He also sent me a beautiful donation and monetary gift. Chief Mac from Beautiful Mac's Ministry said this is a donation. Thank you, Chief, for always having your sisters back, making sure I'm well provided for. Who else? Oh, Sister Deborah Holdo says, I appreciate you. I love you for the chat, the super chick sticker, and for the Cash App gift. Thank you. Who else? Beautiful Mac's Ministry Chief Mac also sent me another donation back to back. Thank you, Chief. I love you so much. Who else? Alvin Green says, Dr. Kia, thank you for all that you do. You do great work. Thank you. Sharon Patterson says, blessings. She sent me a gift. Courtney Enriquez sent me a gift. Thank you so much. You said this is a gift. I appreciate you. Let's see. Face the Nation Brown sent me a gift, a Cash App blessing. Thank you. God bless you. He says, my sister, or it could be a female, I'm not sure, with a heart. Thank you for the gift. Thank you, Brother Edward. Brother Edward said this is a donation. Zinga Morris said this is for your live podcast show. Thank you. Gilberto Guerra, thank you, says bless you always. Chief Mac also with another gift. Thank you. I appreciate you, Chief Mac. Oh, also, God bless you. Also, Sister Susie, thank you for sending me a Cash App donation. Sister Deborah Allen says, thank you for your hard work. You're welcome. It's my great pleasure. Empress Vale is in the house. She said, I give thanks to you and for you. Thank you so much. Brother Larry says it's a love donation. Sister Rhonda says, we appreciate your work and your dedication. Sister Vanessa says, I appreciate you. Gratitude. Sean says, it's a love gift. Wow. Quan's Wellen sends a gift and says, thank you for your excellent work. Love you always. Sister Kim says, gratitude. Sister Kathy sent the Cash App gift. Thank you. Brother Philip sent a gift. All right. Beautiful Max Ministry again. And Michelle, as well as Shantae. God bless you all for supporting the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. God bless you for supporting Sheik Jacob Bay. We love you all so much. Remember, you can send him a gift to $ all rights reserved. And you can get on his waiting list by sending him an email to dejourlaw33@gmail.com. Well, that's a wrap, Sheik.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next time you might be coming on telling us, it's here. We're in the middle. Say it again.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Aren't we here, though?
We are here. Yes, we are here. If they do lock everything down, then we'll come on a podcast and we'll have a chit chat with the Soul family.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Me too.
I really do, because I'm so tired of this, and I'm just, they've been just dogging people and everything. And a lot of innocent people are just going through so much, and never again in our life do we ever have to go through this journey.
I love that you said that. We have to make sure this never happens again. We cannot no longer be party to our own enslavement.
That's right.
Ever. A lot of people got mad when Kanye West said slavery is a choice, but if you're complicit in your own enslavement, that's called tacit agreement.
And it was a choice. And you know how old he was when he said that in front of Trump?
How old was he?
41.
What?
In fact, he said that with Jim Brown, the football player, and Jim Brown was 82. What's 82 divided by 2?
41.
There you go. It was 41 and 3s. Kanye, and then you divide 82 by 2, and that's 41. So it's 341.
All right, Sheik. Well, we better let you go so you can get you some food.
You too.
I know I'm hungry.
I want a bean burger.
Not the bean burger. Yeah, is that what you've been doing? Because you've lost a lot of weight. What did
Yeah,
you do?
I told you what I did. If it's white, it ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's the sugar. That's the salt. That's all that other stuff I don't need in my body.
White flour,
Yeah,
rice, white
yeah,
rice.
yeah. All that. I just kind of backed off of it.
That was great. You've been exercising as well?
Yeah, I've been doing more walking and I've been doing more arm workouts.
Okay, who you trying to get cute for? Let me find out.
Yeah, hey, as long as I can get back, I feel a lot better though.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. Now I wasn't big, but I was bigger than this.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, he's not able to post the book just yet because he's looking for a publisher.
Now, if any of y'all,
But he's go
if
ahead.
y'all already rich and got that wealth, hey, I'm open to having a conversation.
Send him an email, family. If you can help him get this published, send
Because
him an email. Go
the,
ahead.
the money will come right back, I tell you. Because as soon as
Mm,
you get it printed out, those orders are already gone. It
mm.
comes just like that, boom. But I'll have it together soon.
Okay, we look forward to that. We really
Yeah.
do. All right, Soul Tribe. This has been Sheik Jacob Bay breaking down the codes for you, letting you see what's going on right in our face. I can't even say it's behind the scenes, letting us know that this is a transition in power. He said, fill her up, go on and get your gas now because this energy crisis is real. It may, in fact, lead to a shutdown. And somebody in the tribe said that President Trump was speaking of a shutdown as we were going live. So, family, this is it. You've heard from Sheik Jacob Bay. My name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. We trust that we've said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. We love you, family. Go out and make this a great day. We're about
Thank
to go check on out here. I'm not even going to do the music. All right, Sheik. Do you want to stay on? You want me to just give you a call?
You can call me, but hey,
Uh,
do my ass cap. I said my ass.
well, here you go. So if you want to reach out to Sheik Jacob Bay, please send him an email to dejourlaw33@gmail.com. He does answer his email. He's going to do that. He's doing that right now as we speak. And if you would like to send him a donation or a gift for all of his hard work, then please feel free to do so at All Rights Reserved via Cash App, $ All Rights Reserved. That's it, family. I think I will do an outro music because y'all say y'all love that music. We're going to get on out of here. I'll be in the background. If you have a question, you want me to post something, or you just want to keep commenting while we play the outro music, we'll do that. And Amin Ra wants you to see his little plushie. He's brilliant. He's considered a gifted child. He was in a gifted class. He's been moved up 2 or 3 times before we removed him from public school, but he's still a baby. He's 8 and he loves his little plushie toys. All right, family. All right, Sheik, we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Sheik Bay. All right. Love you. Bye-bye. So, family, we appreciate all of your time. Yeah, they said it's cute. I love you, Sister Janine. Thank you for being here as our moderator. Thank you, Soul Tribe. Thank you so much. You all always show us your undivided attention. You comment, you share the videos, you like the videos. Subscribe to the channel, family, and leave your comments in the comment section. We will make sure if you have any questions that we get those answered for you. Also, if you want to join this special group or our private group, hit the join button on my YouTube channel. I'll see if I can put that in the chat. We do have private discussions about silver, gold. What else we talk about? Copper. Yeah, we talk about a lot of things. We talk about, you said precious metals. Yes, precious metals. We talk about banking procedures for the currency exchange. We talk about the revaluation of currencies, and people sometimes make suggestions on what people need to look at in terms of investing in foreign currencies. We'll tell people, don't sleep on this country or that country. We're just a private group where we're sharing intel and information. We don't do everything publicly because the public doesn't necessarily want to know about all these things, or they may not understand or understand it. So you may join the private group right there. I put the link in the chat. Feel free to do so. We do meet once a week. I do, by the way, owe you all a show this weekend, or maybe at the latest tomorrow, in our private group. So make sure you join the private groups, family. Thank you for listening. We had over almost 2,000 people in the chat. Yeah. All right, family. I'm going to go off camera, but I will play the outro and I'll listen to and read your comments and questions in case you have some for us to answer.
Peace.
I love you, family. Amin Ra said peace, love, and soul.
Pruitt, shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Through her channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close, teaching paths to abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia lights the way to a new and brighter day.
All right, Soul Tribe. It has been my great pleasure to serve you today. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining the show. I hope you enjoyed Sheik Jacob Bay. I'm sure you did. You all were really, really kind in the comment section, sending him love. And thank you also for sending him monetary gifts and for emailing him to let him know you would like to go on the list to receive the book. Remember, if you're interested in silver and gold, you can give our affiliate a call at 952-929-7006. That's 952 5952-7006. Sometimes I forget the number. That's Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company. Or you can send him an email. That's Andy Sheckman, the CEO of any of the brokers of Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company. You can send him an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Some people feel better, just speaking voice to voice. So that's 952-929-7006. And let them know that Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you so that you can get the best prices in the industry. Go out and make this a great day, family. I love you so much. Peace and so. And finally, I just want to say there was somebody that sent me a gift. I want to acknowledge you. That was Lynn Crisp says, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I always want to acknowledge you all. I give you a shout out or sending hearting your gift or sending something to let you know that I acknowledge that you have blessed me. Peace, family. Go out and make this a great day.